This is the Shasta Sports Network. Welcome back to high school football. Tonight we are in MacArthur as the Fall River Bulldogs take on the Burney Raiders. It's the Fair Bowl. Danny Miller joining me here on the mic. Dan, good evening. Welcome.
Hey, good to be back, Gary. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. It's going to be an exciting game. Fall Rivers hosting the Burney Raiders. It's football. What else could you ask for?
You know, it's early on in the season, so even the coaches really don't know how everything is shaken up and what player is playing what position. A couple of people are battling for the same position, so we'll see how everything shakes out for the Burney and Fall River game here tonight. It is the Fair Bowl. It's the first night of the Shasta County Fair, which is going on right down the street from us. I can see the zipper from here. It's going to be a really good football night. The weather is perfect. I've been telling everybody the last time I was at this field was in 1981 when I played on this field, and I had a really good football game. But it's beautiful surroundings up here. Fall River Mills and MacArthur, it's a great place to, it's a good community, it's a good place to go to school. Nice people up here, and we're planning on having a really good time, and the football game is going to be good too.
So you actually played on this field right here?
Right here.
Well, I'm going to go grab some grass for you.
Yeah, nice. Put it in a bag for prosperity.
There you go.
So things are going to be good. We got some things planned for the pregame show. I want to tell you right now that the Shasta Sports Network is presented by Omega Mortgage and Shasta Solutions. Also on board with us this year, Hill Collision Center. They produce and give you the Player of the Game Award. REU, Reading Electric Utility, on board with the network this year. Boundary Waters, our friend Michael Carnes, who designs and produces all of our gear for us. He made all the logos for the network, and we're flying them really well here tonight at Fall River and Burney. It's going to be a good football game. We're about 4 minutes left in the JV game, and Fall River is down by a score of 22-14. And mostly running game is what we've seen all day long for the JV game. Passing game has been non-existent. But we'll just see how they can make things happen here up in Fall River tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, we're not going to see any field goal kicking tonight because it is windy here.
It was windy.
It was windy. We were trying to set up our canopy, and it almost took you and I for a ride.
It did take us for a ride. So the canopy is safe and sound and back in its case, and we won't be using that time. But we don't need it. We're now in the shade. What we're looking at, we're on the Fall River side. And if we look across the field, there's like the press box and a little platform underneath it. And then beyond that, Daniel, is all agricultural field. It's nice.
That's beautiful. It's a beautiful scenery, clear skies. The lights are already on at the field here. And, oh, look at that. There's a tractor going on out there.
Yeah.
All right. But that press box is on stilts.
It is. You know, they told us, they call that the crow's nest. And that's where the scorekeepers and announcers are. And they said, well, you can go up there if you want to. It might be kind of tight. And looking at it, I don't want to go up there.
It's a little wobbly.
It's like rickety, you know. So we're at the top of the grandstands here, and we got a great seat. We're on the right near the 50-yard line, all the way at the top. And we've got a great vantage point. We got a couple of things going on. TJ Holmes from the Record Searchlight, he's the sports reporter. He's on hand with us here tonight. I know he's here because I just saw him tweet it out, but I've not seen him yet. If we can catch up to him, we'll get a pregame show interview.
Yes.
Daniel, you're going to go down on the field here in a few minutes, and we're going to talk to Clint McClurg. He is the head coach for the Burney Raiders, and then we will also talk to Rick Neugebauer, who is the head coach for the Fall River Bulldogs. I think we got a pretty good setup going here.
I think we do. We tested out the wireless system, and it works great. So we're going to go down on the field tonight and do some interviews.
Yeah, we'll send you over there here in just a couple of minutes as soon as Fall River completes this pass. Look at that, right over the middle, wide open.
Wide open, look at that.
This is good. This is good.
And these are going to be the future players that we're going to be talking about next year.
And the year after and beyond, and college and things like that. We've got a couple of other games going on this week. Friday night, we will be at Thompson Field at Shasta College. The Red Bluff Spartans are coming to town to take on the Shasta Wolves. The Wolves won their first game. I think Red Bluff lost their first game. So we'll see what kind of teams that both of those put together. And then that'll be a late night. And then Saturday, Shasta College Knights start their season down in Coalinga at West Hills College, and we're going down there for that one.
We're going to head down for that one. That's going to be a brutal 2 days, but we're going to do it. we're going to have some fun, and we're going to bring everybody some football the best we can.
It's nice to be here up in MacArthur, Fall River Mills. My roots are here. I've got family here. I got an aunt and uncle and a cousin who are coming tonight. They'll probably sit right next to us or right below us, and we'll see if we can't get them on the microphone. That'll be fun, too.
Oh, that would be great.
Good stuff. So Clint McClurg, I know he's over there somewhere. I saw the varsity team come out. Now they've disappeared. Where'd they go?
They're over there stretching
They're way
on
over
the
there.
baseball field.
Okay.
And I believe Mr. Head Coach McClurg, he is still helping out with the JVs right now.
All these coaches help each other out.
They do.
They got a great coaching staff. They work together. I don't see him over there. I see every coach but him.
Now these school teams are relatively small as far as players. I believe we have 19 on the roster for the Raiders.
It's incredible. And then Fall River's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 19.
Okay, so Fall Rivers has 19, which
Each
means
teams have 19.
19.
And that's tough.
That is tough.
You know, because it takes 11 people to field an offense, 11 people to field a defense, and a lot of these guys are going to be doing double duty and going both ways tonight, and that's going to tire them out. But they're both in the same situation.
Yes, they are both in the same situation, but I'm kind of curious on the quarterback, because we saw as last Friday when the quarterback for Anderson was playing both, it kind of affected him towards the end of the game there.
It wears you out, for
It
sure.
does. It wears you out.
Especially on defense when you're just in full swing of the whole thing. So Clint McClurg is over there on the practice field. We just spotted him. So we'll wait for him to come back over, and then we'll go down and get a word with them. It shouldn't be too long. There's 3 minutes left in this game, and then they'll have a 15-minute countdown before the beginning of the varsity game. So we'll have plenty of time to talk to Rick Neubauer from Fall River and also Coach McClurg. So let's go ahead and take a very quick break, and we'll come back right here on the Shasta Sports Network from MacArthur. It's Burney at Fall River tonight for high school football.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hild family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hild Collision Center are the best in class. The Hild Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley for trusting them with your collision repairs and allowing them to grow and support our community. Hild Collision Center on East Cypress Avenue in Reading. Online at hildcollisioncenter.com or find us on Facebook. Hild Collision Center, where you're always a satisfied customer.
It's no surprise Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
Okay, we're back here at Shasta Sports Network, ready to go, and we're still a little ways off. Wanted to welcome you to the Shasta Sports Network, presented by our good friends at Omega Mortgage. Meet the Omega team at omglending.com or give them a call at 223-1400. Say hello. Tell them you heard about them on the Shasta Sports Network. If you're looking to remortgage a house, buy a house, whatever, they do it all. They're the best at it. Dan Landis, Aaron Landis, Tyler Whitlow is our technical director and advisor. He's put this whole broadcast thing together for us from behind the scenes with some great software and great equipment. And he is the owner of Shasta Solutions, solutions that work for you. You need anything IT, computer-wise, he's your guy. Tyler Whitlow from Shasta Solutions. Hild Collision Center proudly supports local athletes and presents the Player of the Game Award for every game that we do. Each player that becomes the Player of the Game will be highlighted, and then at the end of the year there will be a special award presented to Shasta High School and their football program from Hild Collision Center. Everybody's on board this year. We're looking forward to just a great season. REU Reading Electric Utility, our community-owned electric utility. REU and you, powerful together. It's good stuff. We're in full swing. There's a kickoff run back. The JV team, he's got one guy to beat. He's not going to get him. He's going all the way. That's going to be
gone.
a return. Nice job.
That's tough, too, because Fall Rivers just scored a touchdown. They missed a 2-point conversion. They were still down by 2. It's 20-22. Favor of Burney, and now Burney just ran it back for a touchdown.
Well, there you go.
The Raiders.
So when the varsity team comes back over, we're going to wait till Clint McClure comes back with his team on the sideline, and then we'll send you down there. Once we see him start, I'll send you over there to find him. And then you will do a little interview with both head coaches for the varsity team. It would be nice to see what they know about their team so far this year. Both teams are fairly young. A lot of Fall River especially has lost a lot of people from last year. A lot of seniors have moved on, and their team is young. They got a really young ball club.
I just want to find out what their expectations are this year. And, of course, it sounds like because Fall Rivers did fairly well last year.
They won it all last year.
They won it all last year, but now because they lost a lot of players, they're now back into that rebuilding stage.
Boy, they're in the growing phase for sure.
Yes.
And I'm really impressed with the crowd here tonight. Great turnout. Again, we're on the Fall River side. And the stands are filling up. Burney stands are a little bit smaller because they're the visiting team. They just don't have that many bleachers.
They got standing room only, though.
They got standing room only on the Burney side. This is the Fair Bowl. That's how they tout the whole event. It's the first day of the fair right down the street here in MacArthur. And it's a good fair, too. We always have a good time when we come up here for the fair. And football. We're excited about football this year. We're looking forward to a good season. We got a busy week. We got tonight's game, Friday's game. Shasta and Red Bluff, and then Saturday Shasta College opens up way down in Coalinga. It's about a 5-hour and 16-minute drive from Reading.
It'll probably still be smoky down there from the fires.
Yeah, we'll make that trek early in the middle of the night on Saturday, and then we'll fire up the Shasta College season too. Now, West Hills College was the team that Shasta College beat last year to win their bowl game. They win it all.
Oh.
So they're hungry. West Hills Falcons are hungry to get back and do something positive. It'll be good. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back. What we're going to do we're going to play for you a highlight reel from Shasta High School from last year, and then we'll come back, do a little brief thing, and then we'll get our coaches on board for the pregame show, and then we'll get ready to go from MacArthur, Fall River Mills. This is Gary Moore and Daniel Miller on the Shasta Sports Network.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hild family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hild Collision Center are the best in class. The Hild Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley for trusting them with your collision repairs and allowing them to grow and support our community. Hild Collision Center on East Cypress Avenue in Reading. Online at hildcollisioncenter.com or find us on Facebook. Hild Collision Center, where you're always a satisfied customer.
Blitz is defined as a sudden, savage attack. It is indeed all this. The theory is simple. Get the quarterback. Get the man.
Catanese takes the snap, drops immediately back to pass, now steps up a little bit, has to dodge a couple of guys, rolls out to the right-hand side, looks over to the right-hand side, and he's got a guy. That is complete. Number 23 on the move. Jake Walker getting into the game. He goes across the line. Touchdown, Shasta.
Want a piece of that championship? Put it in here.
Football is a rough game and often a cruel one.
Every time you lose, you die a little bit. You die inside, a portion of you. Not all of your organs, maybe just your liver.
You know, we talked a little bit about J.C. Hunsaker, the coach, and him coming in here for this first year. He has changed the entire culture of this Shasta football club, and it's been very impressive.
There's a vast array of which you could choose from. We do a weekly word every week, and in terms of our new opponent this week, it's pride, and how we define it. We use it on how we've used it to the point in the season, how we want to use it this week. We've also established our 3 rules in our program way back in February when I got the job, and that's number 1, always do the right thing. Number 2, put your teammates first. Number 3, hold yourself accountable. And those are things that we always rest upon. Hey, in this situation, are you putting your teammates first? No, then motivate yourself more. You know, when you are thinking of everybody else before you're thinking of yourself, that's when everything clicks, and not just you as an individual. So it's things that we've preached about way more than just X's and O's, like you said. It's situations that you put them in. We want them to be successful after high school football. And if we can do that through the game of football, then we're doing our jobs. And that's what we love about seeing our kids grow.
Handoff goes right up the middle to Justin Hellier, and nobody touched him. Touchdown Shasta. Off to Kyle Muckle, and he's got lots of room. He's down to the 30. He cuts it back to the right, and he's finally brought down at the 21-yard line. Handoff to Muckle over to the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of running room. Look out. He'll cut into the inside. Now he's got more room. He's one guy to beat, and he's not going to do it, but he's across midfield down to the 48-yard line. Kyle Muckle, big run. Handoff is faked to Alfaro and handed off to McMillan, and he's hammered immediately by number 25.
You're listening to some of the highlights from last year's Shasta High School football. They had some great highlights all year long. Tell you what, we're looking for some more big ones here again this year too. So we're back here in MacArthur, high school football. Burney up here at Fall River Mills, and we're playing football. This is the Fair Bowl, and Daniel's down on the field right now. He's with Coach Rick Neugebauer, and we're going to get a synopsis from Neugebauer of what his team looks like and what kind of season that they're hoping to have and why they only have 19 players, and we'll just kind of go from there and see what happens. Down on the field with Daniel Miller. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Gary. We're here with head coach of the Fall River Bulldogs, and this is head coach Rich Neugebauer. How are you doing today, Coach?
Good, thank you.
How are you feeling about tonight's game? This is the Fair Bowl.
The Fair Bowl, a lot of hype, a lot of excitement, a lot of crosstown rivalry with this school. We're in the same district, but every time we play each other, it's tough. It's always right to the last whistle, it seems like. But, I think our kids are ready. We're in a rebuilding year right now, and we're hoping that we get some younger guys a little more playing time and a little more opportunity to do the things that we think they're capable of doing within our offense.
You guys had a really successful season last year, and you've lost a lot of those players. How is your team looking so far this year as far as rebuilding-wise?
Well, it's interesting you ask that. We really didn't have a scale or a measurement. Last week we played East Nicholas, who, even though they had quite a few guys graduate, they were state champs last year, and they look like they're well on their way to trying to get into that same position again this year. And so we really don't have a measurement tool yet. A school of 300 versus a school of 150, and we had 13 bodies come out for varsity football this year. So, like I said, we had to move quite a few kids up, and I think tonight will give them a better opportunity to settle in a little bit and see what they're capable of doing.
You have a lot of players on a small roster that play both sides of the ball. What is your concern? I mean, for your players substituting-wise, what's your concern with that?
Well, obviously, you're always worried about staying healthy. That's probably our biggest concern. But I think with some of the young ones that we've moved up, that gives a little more time of rest, I guess, for offensive linemen. And in particular, it's the guys in the trenches that we're most concerned with, But we've got a lot of opportunities to see a lot of bodies in there, so we can try to stay fresh as possible. Our skill position-type kids are in great shape. We really pride ourselves on being excellent in terms of condition. And it usually shows up in the fourth quarter, and that's when we need it the most.
Fantastic. Okay, that is head coach for the Fall River Bulldogs. Gary, I'm going to send it back to you. Coach, thank you very much. Glad to have you on the program.
Hey, thank you.
I appreciate it. Nice job down there on the field, Dan. Now he's going to go and track down Clint McClurg, who is the head coach of the Burney Raiders. There's TJ Holmes. He's with us down there as well. He's on the field. TJ, the sports writer for the Record Searchlight, one of the best in the business. He is covering this game here tonight. It's odd to have a Wednesday night football game because they're normally always on Fridays. But tonight, the Fair Bowl, it's a natural. It's just perfect. And we're going to follow along as TJ Holmes provides us with some statistical information going through the game at all. Burney looks good. Burney is wearing their green uniforms, pants and jerseys. Numbers are gold, and their helmets are green, dark green. Fall Rivers in all white, trimmed in blue with white helmets. Both teams are on the field right now. Daniel Miller on the field right now with Coach Clint McClurg. Go right ahead, Daniel.
All right, thank you very much, Gary. We're here for the Burney Raiders, which I got to tell you, I love the Raiders. I've always loved the Raiders. So the Burney Raiders just fits for me. This is head coach Clint McClug. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for you guys coming down and doing a great thing for our young student athletes. We really appreciate it.
Well, we are glad to do it. We love doing it. We love football, and that's what the Shasta Sports Network is all about. How's the season looking for you so far?
You know, we got off to a promising start with our victory in Etna last week, but it's cliche as it may sound, it's irrelevant tonight. And so we're just looking forward to getting better every single week, playing physical football, and continue to come together as a team.
How does the team look so far as position-wise? I know a lot of players are still fighting for the position. Let's start with your quarterback situation. How's it looking so far with the players that you got?
Well, you know, we had an unfortunate situation with one of our quarterbacks where he ruptured a tendon in his finger. And so in moving forward, we handed the reins to Fabian Jimenez, and he just responded. You couldn't ask for a young man to respond any better. He just took the reins, took leadership, was very efficient in our victory, and our kids rallied around him, so it's really nice.
Now, this Fall Rivers team is very strong on offense to what I can see so far. How do you think your defense is going to respond to that, and what kind of pressure are you going to put on that offense?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about this Burney Raiders football team is we're a defensive team first and foremost. And so, you know, we have a very strong defensive line, Matt Elmore, Alejandro Jimenez, Hunter Mustafi, as well as Michael Avalar, leading the front four, and they're just physical, they're disruptive, and it's really nice. They set the tempo, and then we have a great linebacking core behind them, led by Noah Cassell in the middle, Caden Tyran on the outside, Fabian Jimenez is playing on the outside, Dante Mendoza, and Dom Genshaw is also getting those reps in there as well.
Out of all those players that you just mentioned, who is, in your opinion, what you feel in your heart and your gut, your star player that you expect big plays out of? I know it's a tough question.
It is a tough question just because, you know, we breed team unity and selflessness and whatnot. But I'll tell you what right now, we do have a young man in the middle of our defense, Noah Cassell, and I know he's a sophomore, but he's been leading. As soon as last year ended, he was leading this team. And he loves football. He lives it. He breathes it. He eats it. And as a coach, I mean, that's just a match made in heaven. And so we really rally behind him. You know, we call him the monster in the middle. You know, with that being said, you know, we have to understand that our success comes up front.
So basically, he's your Mike Singletary of that defense.
Yeah, he's our monster in the middle. We love him.
Fantastic. Well, we appreciate you taking time that you have, head coach. We appreciate it. Gary, we're going to send it back to you. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Daniel, nice job down there on the field. We have plenty of things going on tonight, and we're looking forward to a great game up here in the small little community of MacArthur. Population 550, elevation 3,305 feet. It's all about football for these kids. Not a whole lot to do in a smaller community like this, so to see some people out playing football and to see all the people who have turned out for the game, it's just remarkable. Tonight's podcast is brought to you by and made possible by Pitt River Casino. Our friends who supported the effort last year when we came up and did a football game, and they did not hesitate to do this football game. And we thank them so much, Mike Avalar and David Hawkins and everybody at the casino. We stopped in, said hello to them on the way into town today. And we're just very appreciative that they're on board with the Shasta Sports Network to bring you this Fair Bowl football game. It's going to be a good night. Looking forward to it. Omega Mortgage has jumped on board to pretty much the backbone behind the Shasta Sports Network. Shasta Solutions is a part of that too, with our technical advice and our setup and our software and everything that we need to do technically. That was all put together by Tyler Whitlow at Shasta Solutions, and we're very thankful for you being on board this year. It's going to be a good night. Pitt River Casino, of course, Best Valley Hardware and Nursery, Bruce Ranch. They support Driscoll's, Carroll Ranch, a lot of ranches up here, Valley Motor Parts, Plumas Bank, and on Quarter Farms, and many other. Hat Creek Construction is a heavy supporter of local athletics and things that are taking place in the Intermountain area, which is where we are tonight. Both teams warming up. We'll get this game started in about 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. And we're looking forward to a good football game. It's a little chilly up here. The wind was really whipping a little bit earlier, but it's a lot calm now. They said as soon as the sun goes down, the wind would die down, and they were absolutely right about that. So it's comfortable. We got some lights up here. We're right next to a giant water tower. That's the famed water tower here at the Fall River Bulldog High School. And good stuff down there on the court or down on the field, Dan. Your interviews were perfect. No cutout. Signal was great.
I tell you, being down there in the action like that, even with the players just warming up, it makes me want to put on pads and go.
I know, nice, huh?
Yeah.
You get the feeling.
Yes, you do.
That I saw TJ down there. You said hello to TJ Holmes from the Record Searchlight. He's covering the football game tonight, and we're ready. I mean, I'm ready for 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go by quick.
Yes.
Go by quick. So we'll take a little bit of a break, and we'll be right back on the Shasta Sports Network from Fall River and MacArthur, California.
It's no surprise Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
Do you ever wonder what happens to your vehicle behind the scenes at an auto body collision repair facility? Wonder no more. Go to HilldCollisionCenter.com and watch a virtual tour of the North Valley's finest and most recommended collision repair business. HilldCollisionCenter.com.
Back here from MacArthur, a small little community to the east of Reading, about an hour and 20 minutes. Great football town, great town. It's fun. I have great memories up here. Last time I played football was on this field right here, competitively, you know, in a group setting, and I was on the Burney Raiders. Burney Raiders have come a long way. They're a lot different now.
And you were defense. You were a defensive player.
I was a defensive end, and I also was the snapper for punts.
Oh, that's right. I remember the story.
My first game in Chester, man, I snapped it so far over the guy's head, about 15 yards past his head. I was nervous that day. But we're certainly not nervous here tonight. And we're gonna have a great football game. It's looking really good. I also see over here to our right the baseball field where I played on that. And good times, good memories, good fun here in the Intermountain area, Burney High School. There was a time when my mother and also my uncle went to Fall River High School, and Burney High School didn't exist at that time. They split off. I don't remember what year it was. But once they split off, that's when the numbers started going down as far as players and people participating. Fall River's kicker is doing 35-yard field goals like they're Skittles. Easy to do. Practice.
Well, speaking of your uncle, we actually, when we went and met the
principal,
the principal, I was nervous just standing in the principal's office. I hadn't been there for a long time, but walking down the hallway, and we saw your uncle's picture up there from 1959.
I think it was 59.
Wow.
Also want to say thank you to Jeannie Utterback. She is the principal here at Fall River High School. Kelly Freeland Sloat is the athletic director. Greg Hawkins is the district superintendent. We've met and spoke with all of them today. They've been very welcoming, very accommodating, and very happy to have us on board, and we're happy to be here. This is going to be a good time tonight.
Very nice community, and I'll tell you what, this Fall Rivers has a lot of spirit. They have people running up and down in front of the bleachers with that big, huge flag that says, "Go Bulldogs."
It's like the USC Trojan, remember?
Yes, it is.
So that's fun.
And it's a huge flag. It takes two of them just to carry it.
And I mentioned while you were down on the field that we had a really good crowd here tonight. I am really impressed to see the turnout for the Fall River side and also the Burney side. They were stacked over there. A lot of people over at the snack bar now, so there's a few seats to get into. But good times, all fun, and accommodations are terrific, and it's just nice to be here, and it's cooler.
Yes, it's cooling down. I didn't bring a jacket tonight, but it's okay because I'm going to be sweating football here in about 7 minutes when kickoff hits. And it's, very nice people, very nice community, and, God, what a beautiful scenery. I mean, we're sitting here, we're on the air, we have football in front of us, but the background is nothing but, like, rolling hills, and it's absolutely breathtaking.
It's beautiful. It's rolling hills back there. There's a lot of agriculture land, nothing but agricultural land that you see out there. It's a little mountain. They're all over the place. So warm-ups are now complete for both sides of the field. The Fall River Bulldogs looking good. They look like they got some big boys down there.
They are a pretty big team, and they're going to be they are an offensive team, but I tell you what, it's going to be really nice to see how they match up with a defensive team like the Burney Raiders.
Yep, it's going to go either way tonight. It's Fall River Bulldogs against the Burney Raiders. We're going to get set to go here in a moment. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hild family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hild Collision Center are the best in class. The Hild Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley for trusting them with your collision repairs and allowing them to grow and support our community. Hild Collision Center on East Cypress Avenue in Reading. Online at hildcollisioncenter.com or find us on Facebook. Hild Collision Center, where you're always a satisfied customer.
We are back from MacArthur. 4 minutes away from game time now. Team captains are down on the field for the coin toss. Amongst those captains, well, we've got number 24, Robbie Knock. I see number 8 down there, Jonathan Aniquez. Number 50, who is Dwight May, and number 60, Gunnar Ronquist. We can't see the Burney players from this vantage point. There we are. There's the coin toss. And it looks like Burney won the toss.
Yep, Burney won the toss.
And they have elected to kick off.
So they deferred.
They deferred, yeah. So Fall River will take the opening kickoff. They will be moving from our left to our right. That's from our east to our west. I'm all turned around, and where this football is, I didn't know my direction. I needed to get a compass out.
Well, because last time you were at this field, you were over on the other side.
I was on the field itself.
So it's going to be a really good showdown. Fall Rivers is in all white with their blue numbers, and we have the national anthem.
Yeah, let's stay with that for this.
We will.
Maybe you can hear it and hold that mic out. There ain't no Colin Kaepernick here.
No, there's not. I tell you that right now.
How about that, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, good times. It's football time. We're ready to go. We'll kind of keep you updated on scores throughout the night via the Shasta Sports Network Facebook page and Twitter and our website, shastasportsnetwork.com. Greg Barnett is here, photographer for the Record Searchlight. We see him down there. Nice.
And we also saw earlier the young gentleman that you introduced me to, the photographer down there.
That was Ron Mosier.
Ron Mosier.
Ron Mosier writes for the local publication up here. They put us on the front page of the sports page today.
Fantastic. It's always good to have the publicity there. So it seems like Burney's got a little chant going there before they break the huddle and come out for the kickoff.
Yeah, they're ready. Clint McClure is a really good motivator.
He seems like he's a coach that has a lot of heart and just cares about his players.
He does. He really is dedicated and breeding that culture.
And head coach for the Fall River, he seems like it's more important for him because of the roster size, that it's more important about conditioning and getting these kids in shape to be able to run this kind of marathon. Because what if this thing goes into overtime?
I know. Okay, so back deep, we've got number 12 and number 2. The 2 is Steve Collins. 12 is Bailey Small. And we'll see if their kicking game was better than we saw last week. Hoping for some good kicking game today.
And it looks like number 7, Hunter
Mustufi,
who is also their tight end and also their defensive end.
Right, he's probably their technical director, ball boy, and chief bottle washer, too. The guy does it all.
Yes, he does.
Mustafi. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much,
Perfect.
ma'am.
That's the beauty of being out here live. You mess up somebody's name, somebody will let you know
right
away.
Oh, yes, they will.
We're good to go. Football from MacArthur. It's Fall River Bulldogs hosting the Burney Raiders. This is the Fair Bowl. Game 2 for them in this season. And here comes the kickoff, and that's not a bad kick at all. That's picked up by number 12, Bailey Small. He'll stick right with the action, but he goes absolutely nowhere. He gets about 3, maybe 4 yards on the return, and that's where they'll bring him down. They'll start at about the 28-yard line. Fall River moving from our left to our right.
Which is from our east going west.
Correct.
Fantastic. Got that part down. You know, I'm really curious to see how this Raiders defense does tonight. I mean, they're to what the head coach said, he's a firm believer in them. And he's got the leader on that team that really stood out from last year.
Okay, Gavin Dobson is your quarterback for Fall River, and he'll take it first right out of the box. It's a handoff over right tackle. He gets out through the line, and he's still moving. He's got up to midfield, and he's finally brought down in Burney territory. The run, ball carrier, Jonathan Enriquez.
Number 61, Dom Grinshaw is the one that took him down. He is their middle linebacker.
That was a big gain, first play from scrimmage.
He broke like 3 or 4 tackles there, and when they get a hold of him, they need to bring him down if they're going to have any chance of stopping their running game.
Tell you what, once you get through that initial line presence, if you get through that, you got running room. Fall River set up in the I formation, simple setup. It's a pass. Dobson back to pass. He throws deep downfield, has a guy, but he overthrew him, and that ball was incomplete. Pass intended for Cade Rainwater, number 11.
I'll tell you what, Marvin Jackson back there, he was actually through into double coverage there. That could be dangerous early.
The receiver had the defender split there. If the ball wouldn't have been overthrown, he might have had a chance to catch that. And that would have been a huge gain down inside the red zone around the 20.
That would have to thread a fine needle because those 2 defensive backs were playing them really close, and especially into double coverage.
Matthew Elmore on the defense, number 77. He's that big lineman down there. He's the guy that we've been talking to today a little bit. Good kid. Very excited about it. Handoff goes right up the middle this time. And then he flares out to the outside, and he's on the run, and he's going around to the outside. He's finally brought down at about the 24-yard line. Ball carrier, Jonathan Enriquez.
Boy, Enriquez has got some speed on him, and he just seems to be the tackle breaker.
So
3 or 4 hands on him, and they slide off him. Is he wearing? I know he's not wearing stickum.
No. First play from scrimmage, a huge gain. They got a first down. Now they've got a second first down already. Little substitution going on the Fall River side. They're switching in their players a lot, which I think is wise. And we're ready for the next play. Dobson in the it was a pitch out to the right-hand side, and it blocked it down. That might be a Burney ball. He pitched it behind him, so it should be a live ball.
That's recovered by Caden Taryn. He is the outside linebacker, and he just came through that line untouched.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Burney. Ball at the 34-yard line. That was a nice break for the Burney Raiders.
They just penetrated that line like nobody even got their guy to block them.
I bet their defense is happy to be off the field. First couple of plays, Fall River looked really good. So, first one for Burney, handoff up the middle, ball carrier, Alexandro Jimenez, and he gets a handful of yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Number 11, the ball carrier, Alejandro
Jimenez.
Picks up about 4.
And that was Robbie Notch on the stop there. He's a junior. He's their defensive end.
Fabian Jimenez, number 12, is the quarterback for Burney. Burney up to the line right now. Jimenez hands off over to the right-hand side. It's a sweep around the right-hand side. No gain whatsoever. He may have lost a yard on that. 6. That's Marvin Jackson, the ball carrier.
Fall Rivers is making a stand right here with that defensive line. They are just manhandling that offensive line and not letting anybody get through.
Well, they've only had one play. Two plays. Kind of calm here for a second, huh?
It is very.
That's living. As soon as something big happens, this crowd will come to life.
Oh yeah.
The scenery, scenery down here is beautiful.
Oh yes.
Just love it up here in this area. Little cooler. There's Burney. They're quick up on the line. Handoff goes right up the middle one more time. There's a pretty good gain, about 3 or 4. That will not be close to the first down. They might be a yard or 2 shy. That'll be.
It's going to be about 4th down and 2.
Well,
do you notice, Gary, that the markers for where the ball is over on the home side when it's normally over on the visiting side? They do things a little different here in MacArthur.
They do. You're talking about the chain gang.
Yep, they're going for it.
4th down, they're going for a handoff right up the middle. That's going to be enough for a first down. Nice job. Over to the 46-yard line. First down, Burney. All right, so Burney looking good. Getting things in the action here tonight.
Fabian Rodriguez on the stop, number 75. He's running off the field right now. He's a big boy.
Whoa.
Look at him. He looks like the refrigerator out there.
Man. You know, they didn't make him that big when I was in high school. I was 6'1", 210 in high school. There's a sweep to the outside. Burney ball carrier, I believe that's number 6 on the run. Marvin Jackson with a sizable gain. He might get close to another first down.
Number 53, Lucas Warnock on the stop. But, boy, he just juked right through that line and made a great move.
And that is enough for a Burney first down. So they've got a good thing going on right now. Both teams looking good on offense so far. Burney wearing their dark green with gold trim. Dark green helmets. Fall River in white, trimmed in blue. White helmets. There's a lot of substitution going on, and I think we can expect that throughout the course of the entire evening.
Yeah, those sidelines look mighty lonely for the coach.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Up on the ball right now. Jimenez hands off over to the right-hand side. That's number 6 on the move, and he's got room to move. He might have another first down. Marvin Jackson picks up another first down for Burney. So Burney charging it down the field.
Cade Rainwater, number 11 on the stop there. Plays safety for the defense, and he just came up and made the stop. Boy, if he would have gotten past Rainwater, I think he would have been gone.
It's possible. So first down, Burney. The ball at the Fall River 31-yard line. Handoff goes right up the middle. Ball carrier, Alexandro Jimenez, and he gets a couple of yards before he's brought down.
Alejandro Jimenez, the ball carrier, picks up about 5.
I'm going to credit that tackle to the whole linebacker gang.
Oh, you're not kidding, man. The whole crew brought him down.
Yes. Had nothing but white shirts around him.
Okay, so Burney out of the huddle, and they hustle up to that line. There we go. Handoff again, right up the middle. There's another sizable gain right now, and that's probably going to be enough for another Burney first down. Burney moving the ball good, looking good.
They are just running right up the center.
Jimenez has had his hands on the ball several times already. Looks like he's going to be a busy guy. And no flag, but looks like we got a timeout call. We'll find out what that's all about here in just a second.
Fall River took a timeout, and I think they just need to regroup a little bit on defense.
Okay.
Because they're just got into the red zone.
Okay, so they took a little bit of a break. We're going to be taking a quick break ourselves, and we'll be right back. This is the Shasta Sports Network.
It's no surprise, Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
Okay, we're back here from MacArthur. It's Fall River and Burney. Burney moving the ball right now, and they've had 3 or 4 first downs already. They're looking really good. Fabian Jimenez, quarterback for the Raiders, is up tight over center, and he hands it off the left-hand side, a little bit of a sweep motion. Not much of a gain there. Marvin Jackson, the ball carrier. He gains about 2 or 3 at the most.
I was just looking at the numbers for Burney last year. Yards per game, 237.
Not bad. Not bad.
Pretty good average.
2nd and 6 for Burney.
There's a lot of running backs out there would love to gain 237 yards in one game.
2nd down, 6 yards to go for the Raiders. They're inside the red zone of Fall River's area. And handoff again goes to Jimenez, right up the middle, off tackle to the right. He'll gain about 2 on the play.
That whole linebacker core shifted towards the north there and really pinned him. Stopped him good. That was a good defensive read.
It'll be 3rd down for the Raiders. Threatening to score at the moment.
So there is actually a lot of history right here in this school.
There really is. We'll tell you about that here in a second. Ball carrier is Jimenez. He goes right up the middle, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and they horse him down. That big dude, number 75, who you were talking about earlier, Fabian Rodriguez, he is a sophomore. That's that big kid. They had to move a lot of their players up from the younger grades to fill a varsity team. We ran across a park bench in the front of the school here, and it was donated, and that year was the very first year of football at this school after World War II.
Yep, and they had 12 players on the team.
Oh, man.
And you have to field 11 of them. Looks like their coach was Charles Cessna. It was the class of 1947.
Hand off to Jimenez, left tackle. He maybe gained about 1 yard. That'll be close to the first down. That might require a measurement. Both offenses looking dynamic here so far. Fall River took right to it. Several first downs, and then they had a pitch out that turned into a fumble. And then Burney has had several first downs right now.
It was a great defensive play on that fumble, and he just came right up the center there, untouched, and tapped the ball and then turned around and jumped on it.
Okay, so Burney did not make their first down there, so the ball will turn over on downs right now. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Fall River Bulldogs.
That's a good defensive stand there for Fall River.
Deep in their own red zone right now. They're right about the 10-yard line, so they have a long way to go. And right up the middle, the handoff, a good handoff. He jumps right over a player. That was nice agility right there by number 8 on the ball carrier, Jonathan Enriquez. Nice move. Do you see him jump over that guy?
Yes, he cleared him. Thank goodness Noah Cassell, number 52, was right there to stop him and bring him out of bounds. But, yeah, he leaped right over him. He's a hurdler.
There's 2 things that I was taught in high school football by Bob Reed at Anderson, and Randy Palomino, too, is a great coach, is number 1, you wrap your arms around them, and you stay low for your center of gravity is right at their center, but if you go too low, you see what we just saw. The ball carrier jumped right over him. All right, Dobson, one more time. He hands it off up the middle to, I believe it's the same guy, Enriquez, and that's good for about a 2-yard gain. Good stop by the defense.
That was Enriquez on the carry.
Ball is at about the 26-yard line. Pick up a 2 or 3.
That was Fabian Jimenez, number 12.
We're deep into the first period of football here at MacArthur. Burney against Fall River. 4:51 left to play in the first period. There's no score. Good offense going on. Handoff goes right up the middle. Ball carrier is Jonathan Enriquez, and he gains about 2 more.
Number 8, once again, Enriquez with the ball.
That was number 72. That was Michael Avalar on the stop there.
Michael Avalar, it's his dad that is manager at Pitt River Casino.
Oh, fantastic.
So maybe if someone from Pitt River Casino is around, they're going to stop by the broadcast, and we'll put them on and talk to them and thank them a little bit for sponsoring the broadcast. Here we go. Handoff, left-hand side, on the move, Stephen Collins, and he's still going wide, but he's finally brought down out of bounds near the 34-yard line.
It might come back. There might be a hold there or an illegal block in the back. Holding.
Whoops, that'll take him back.
That was Alejandro Jimenez on the stop, number 11. He's got a lot of speed there on the defense.
Both teams so far are perfectly even in offense and defense. Offense seems to be the name of the game today. My Anderson old coach, Randy Palomino, said people come to watch the offense, but defense is the name of the game. I'll never forget that.
That is correct.
Dotson back now, and he'll hand off over to the right-hand side. Once again, it is Niquez, and he's still going. He's out near the 40-yard line, 36 to be exact. So that'll be a first down for Fall River, and they're on the move.
Fabian Jimenez is on the stop there. 6 foot, 160 pounds. Defensive back. But not enough for the, they got the first down. Nice. They are just a running offense.
Yep.
Fall River is a running offense. And then once in a while they'll throw in that play fake.
Got 3 receivers wide to the left for Fall River. They're in the shotgun formation. They tried to draw Burney off sides, it looked like, with a quick count, but that didn't do. Back to pass. Dobson throws it out to left-hand side. He's got a guy wide open. He gets past one defender, and he's almost had a breakaway, but he goes out of bounds right about midfield.
Outside linebacker, Caden Tarrant, number 25 on the stop.
Another first down for Fall River. They're moving the ball good, and both teams are moving the ball really good. We're right at midfield, right at the 50 right now.
And again, with the wide receivers spread out, Gary, looks like Burney needs to shift a little bit.
They do. They've got 3 guys wide to the right, 1 guy wide to the left. Shotgun, quick pass right over the middle, same play, and that's complete. And doing very good. That's probably going to be good for another first down to the 37-yard line. Bailey Small getting in the action right there.
Fabian Jimenez, that cornerback, needs to do a better job and not get beat one-on-one like that. He made a nice move on him.
So Fall River charging that ball downfield right now. Handoff again over to the right-hand side. Oh, he's brought down almost immediately, about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Bailey Small, the ball carrier. And now Fall River kind of enacts a makeshift hurry-up offense. No huddle.
They got the momentum. They might as well try to keep it going.
They're packed in tight right there. They'll hand off right up the middle with their big guy. And their big guy gets some move right there. That looks like Jacob Carmenita, number 33, with a big gain and another first down for Fall River.
He took Noah Castle, that middle linebacker, and just drug him another 5 yards. He's a big guy.
Their rosters do not give us their height and weight. They give them a position and what grade they're in. But I'll just tell you, that guy's big.
He is big.
Okay, Fall River set to go, 1st and 10 right now. They'll hand off over to the left-hand side. It's Niquez one more time, and he's got room to move. He's got another first down. He's out inside the 20, down below the 10. Might be about the 7-yard line where he's at. Fall River threatening to score.
Niquez, he can run, he can catch. He is a threat to this defense. This defense needs to step it up a little bit.
Fall River now with the ball. Handoff, Niquez. He gets through the line quite easily, and that's good enough for a Fall River touchdown. With 2:09 left to play in the first, Fall River, the Bulldogs strike first.
Wow. He had a wide open hole right there off the left side of the guard.
And it'll be extra point. They'll line up to kick it. Extra point set up right now. 2:09 left to play in the first. Okay, good. Here we go. There's the snap, the placement, the kick. Nice kick. It's a perfect kick. Goes right through the uprights, and that'll make it 7-0 with 2:09 left to play in the first period. We are here, Fall River, taking on Burney for the Fair Bowl on the Shasta Sports Network. We'll be right back.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hild family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hild Collision Center are the best in class. The Hild Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley for trusting them with your collision repairs and allowing them to grow and support our community. Hild Collision Center on East Cypress Avenue in Reading. Online at hildcollisioncenter.com or find us on Facebook. Hild Collision Center, where you're always a satisfied customer.
Back here at Fall River. Back here at Fall River, ready to go for the kickoff. Fall River strikes first. Score is 7-0. 2:09 left to play in the first period. And thanks to our friend Michael Carnes at Boundary Waters. They do embroidery, screen printing, anything you need. They're home in the Surf Ninja. They're on board with the network this year, and we're happy to have you on board. Here comes the kickoff right now. Nice kick. And that is taken by number 6. He fakes the handoff and goes to the right-hand side, and he trips himself up. That was Marvin Jackson on the return. Not bad. Flag down on the field. We'll get that call here in a second for you, let you know exactly what happened out there. Usually on a kickoff, it's a illegal block in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Most likely a block in the back.
So they're going to move the Raiders back considerably. Yep, that's exactly what it was. Illegal block. Ball now placed right about the 12-yard line.
So they're backed up. Oh, listen to these parents over here.
I love it. All right, so Burney, 1st and 10. They go to the pass right off the bat. That is complete. What a great catch. Excellent concentration. Number 32 with a reception.
Brandon McFarland. What a fantastic catch by Brandon McFarland.
That was some concentration.
He is 6'4", 170 pounds.
Big dude. Tall, anyway.
He's tall. Cody Jorgensen on the stop there.
1st and 10 for Burney. They hand off right up the middle. Very quick play. They gain about 5 on it. Jimenez, the ball carrier, picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. 1:32 left to play in the first period. Bulldogs lead 7-0. Good football.
Fabian Rodriguez is on the stop there. That's that big number 75 kid.
He's a big boy. Burney's got receiver wide to the right. And they're sweeping over to the right-hand side, and that's number 6, the ball carrier, Marvin Jackson again, and he's still on his feet. Runs a couple of people over, plenty for another first down, and they are down into Bulldog territory.
Are you ready for this, Gary?
Yep,
that
go.
number 75, Fabian Rodriguez, 5'11", 350 pounds.
Oh, man. How'd you like to feed that guy?
That's a nose tackle and a half.
And a guard. He can play 2 positions at once. That boy's huge.
He is huge.
Uh-oh. Got a personal foul against the Raiders. They're going to back him up.
Oh, that's either taunting or
That's something you don't need right now.
No,
or
they
ever.
don't. Or ever. Let's keep the good sportsmanship, guys. Come on.
Man, that'll back them all the way down to their own 40-yard line. Wow. Didn't need that. So Burney's all huddled up right now. Fall River on the ball, ready to go. They're on defense at the moment.
I think they're going to let the time run out here, or they might get one more playoff because we got 45 seconds left.
Yep, they'll get it off. Brandon McFarland, handoff goes right up the middle one more time. And they do not get enough for the first down. Ball carrier was Jimenez, number 12, Fabian.
And Rodriguez again on the stop there.
It'll be about 2nd and a long 2. And if they work it right, they can get another playoff. 18 seconds left to play in the first. Burney is up on the ball, ready to go. Handoff goes right up the middle. No, he fakes the handoff, hangs on to a quarterback. Nice move. Fabian Jimenez, he gets plenty enough for the first down. He's over midfield, down to 48-yard line. And they got to move the chains, so that stops the clock.
Oh, okay, and then it rolls again. Okay, I see.
Once they get him set, they'll run it out, and that's going to wind it down here for the first period. From MacArthur, California, home of the Fall River Bulldogs. First quarter has completed. Fall River leads 7-0. We'll be back in a moment with the second period here from Fall River, and you are listening to the Shasta Sports Network.
When you choose Hild Collision Center, you have the option to receive text or email updates as your vehicle goes through the collision restoration process. Read customer reviews and see before and after photos online at hildcollisioncenter.com.
It's no surprise Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
Right down the street from the opening day of the Shasta County Fair up here in MacArthur, it's the Fall River Bulldogs hosting the Burney Raiders. It's the Fair Bowl. Want to say a quick hello to Tony and Wendy Horde. They checked in. They're listening to the broadcast.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice to have you. Tony Horde is the official photographer of the Shasta Sports Network, and we're happy to have you on board. Oh, fumble by Burney. Quarterback dropped the ball, picked it up, tried to run, nowhere to go. That's a broken play. He even gained maybe a yard after that, so it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Raiders.
I'm so glad you got Tony on board. And Wendy, hello to you too, girl. Now, Wendy, we talked to Tony last week at the last game, but Wendy has a little connection there with your family.
She was a teacher for our daughter Haley when she was in preschool.
Fantastic. Boy, and you think Reading's grown to a big town. I tell you what, it's not such a big town.
It's a small town. Okay, 2nd and 9.
Timeout on the field. Timeout.
And Burney will take a timeout right there. We'll just stay here. Coach McClurg out on the field, giving his team some words of wisdom. Neugebauer, great coach here at Fall River, and he's giving his team some instruction as well. Starting to chill down.
It is starting to get cold, but you know what? It's still such a good. Hey, I need you to do me a favor and keep me away from that zipper. I do not want to go on that zipper. I had a bad experience.
We'll put you on the tilt-a-whirl.
Okay.
How about that?
How about the merry-go-round?
The merry-go-round's your speed, right?
That's about my speed right there.
Nice. All right, so short timeout right now. Both teams are out of their huddles and back on the playing field right now. Fall River currently on defense. They are at our right. Burney moving from the left to our right. 2nd and 11 is what they're calling it now. The chain gang had things kind of messed up for a brief moment. But we're back in action. Burney ready to go. Jimenez, your quarterback. He hands off left-hand side, number 6 on the move. Marvin Jackson with a nice gain. He gets it up across midfield down to about the 43-yard line of Fall River. Good run.
Number 88, Cody Jorgensen on the stop there. He came all the way over from the other side of the field.
That's fast.
That is fast.
Okay, so it'll be third down and a long 5 for the Raiders. They're trailing the Fall River Bulldogs 7-0. We're early in the game and just into the second period right now. Burney now up on the ball. Jimenez takes it, keeps it himself, runs into a guy, gets clotheslined, and here comes the flag.
That might be a face mask on there, number 53.
Yeah.
Lucas Warnock.
Well, he clotheslined him.
He clotheslined him. Yes, and it is against him.
Penalty goes against the Bulldogs.
That's a tough break there.
Face mask.
They did call it a face mask. We called it a clothesline.
It's a clothesline.
For the Raiders.
So Burney will take advantage of that. It'll be first and 10 from about the 37-yard line. So Burney is within striking distance right now.
You remember the movie The Longest Yard?
I do.
With the clothesline?
Yeah. Best clothesline ever.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so Burney up on the ball. They got a receiver. That's McFarland wide to the left right now. Jimenez hands off to Jackson. Jackson trips over his own guy and does a face plant, but still gains a yard.
He went right over his own man.
Whoops. They always used to say, if you got a guy in front of you, even if it's your own guy, run over him, but that guy tripped him up. So it'll be second down and 9. McFarland wide to the left one more time. Tight back pack by the Raiders. They try to throw a quick pass, but he got hammered and sacked. But he got the ball. The ball came out, and funny enough, Burney recovered the ball and they gained a yard.
Yeah, he gained 1 yard on that. And no, his arm wasn't going forward, so that is a fumble.
Yeah, it'll be third down for the Raiders. 3rd and 8.
Great pressure by the defensive line. Great pressure through there.
Near the 36-yard line.
Waiting for the play to come in from the sideline. McClurg sends that in with McFarland. McFarland, number 32, will flare himself wide left all the way almost to the sideline out there. And Jimenez back to pass quick when he got hit fast. And intercepted by Fall River, and nobody's going to catch him. He's going all the way. Number 24.
That's number 24. That is Ruby Notch.
Robert Knock.
Robert Knock.
Intercepted.
Robbie
all
Knock.
All the way for touchdown, Fall River.
Robee. Robbie Knock.
All right,
what
Robbie.
a great penetration through the offensive line, and caught that interception and took it all the way to the house. Fantastic.
He was gone the moment he had that ball in his hands. Nobody was going to catch him. He had 4 yards on the closest guy, and he had some pretty good speed, so nobody was going to catch him.
Everybody's momentum was going to the right, and he was going to the left.
Robbie Knight, defensive standout early in this game. So now Fall River is set up for an extra point.
He read that all the way, Gary.
Flags are down again. How do you have a flag down when there was no play in play? Interesting. We'll get that call here in a minute.
Well, Burney Raiders running off. I wonder if they had too many men on the field.
And that looks like what the call is going to be, too many men on the field. But it's an extra point, so no penalty. Half the distance to the goal, which only takes you a yard and a half closer.
Yeah.
So, extra point. There's the snap, the kick, and it is good. Perfect kick here now with 8:56 left to play in the first half. Fall River leads 14-0. We are here. We'll be back in a second on the Shasta Sports Network.
It's no surprise, Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 45 years.
Reading Electric Utility, REU, is our community-owned electric utility. Did you know that REU offers several customer assistance programs? For more information, call REU at 339-7200 or visit reupower.com. REU and you, powerful together. Happy to be part of the Shasta Sports Network this year. Dave Jackson and company over there at REU. They had a really nice flagpole ceremony. They put a new flagpole in front of their new building over there on Airport Road.
Oh, nice.
And we attended that, and it was good. And Dave Jackson behind getting REU behind the Shasta Sports Network this year. So thank you so much, Dave, and REU. We appreciate it. Love to be here.
And they kept Kaepernick out of there, right?
Yeah, that's right. Kickoff, ready to go.
Fantastic.
And I'll get the number. Looks like that is Jackson. Jackson deep, takes it in his own end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Now, there he didn't take a knee, and you were talking about this earlier in the JV game.
It's got to be a rule. I will confirm that when we talk to somebody about it, but if the ball goes into the end zone, automatic touchback. No opportunity to run it back, which I think is weird.
Yeah.
That's not football
because
to me.
if he's got 20 yards before the guy's coming up, go.
That's what I say. Let's move.
It is getting breezy out here, but it's still clear night. Temperatures dropping a little bit more.
Yeah, it is.
8:53 left in the second quarter.
This game's going by fast.
It's going by fast, but I tell you what, it's still football. I love football. You know, this was me and my dad's Sunday church.
Yeah, well, now it's going to be your Friday night church. Jackson, the ball carrier, left-hand side, a nice gain. Not enough for a first down, but it's a good run. He's a busy guy, Jackson, tonight. I'd like to thank Omega Mortgage for putting the backbone behind the Shasta Sports Network. Dan Landis and company over there, they do good work. Mortgage, you need a refinance, I recommend Omega Mortgage on Hilltop Drive in Reading. Receivers wide to the right. They hand it off up the middle. Off tackle, left-hand side. He drags a couple of players. He might have enough for a first down.
I believe he's got it. Yep. There goes chain gain moving.
Excellent. Alejandro Jimenez, the ball carrier on that play. So the Raiders are looking good on offense. They've gotten about 5 or 6 first downs already in this first half. Both offenses look really good. All right, Jimenez, handoff right up the middle. Nowhere to go but into a wall of Bulldog. He gains 2 on the play. Jimenez.
Looks like Nico Jimenez, number 70 on the stop there. Fall River, their defensive line is stacked with some heavy players.
Yeah, they look really big from here.
They do.
Second down and 8 for the Burney Raiders are up on the ball right now. Jimenez, quarterback. He hands off again up the middle. Nowhere to run, and he is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Number 8 on the defense.
Jonathan Inguez.
So that'll make it third down for the Burney Raiders. They are in their own territory right now.
Third down and 8. I can look for a pass right here.
They're about the 35-yard line is where they're sitting. 8 yards to go for the first. 6:42 left to play in the first half. Jimenez, he fakes the handoff, throws a pass out wide to the right. That's complete. And a sizable gain, enough for a first down. Player number 25, Caden Tyron on the reception.
That's number 11, Rainwater, driving him out of bounds there, but not before he makes the first down. That was a great pass play right to the right side there.
Okay, 1st and 10 for the Burney Raiders. Are on the move right now. Handoff goes to Jackson. Left-hand side, he's got room to move. He cuts it back into the middle. He gains about 6 yards on the play.
Boy, Jackson's fast coming out of the backfield there. Real quick kid.
He's got something. They're right at midfield at the 50 right now. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders.
That was Roby Knock on the stop there, number 24. Number 24, that's the one that made that interception back for a touchdown.
Oh, yeah. Robbie Knock.
Robbie Knock.
Handoff for Burney. Goes right up the middle. Boy, they're charging right to the center of the line. They're not having very much success. They may have gained a yard on that play.
Well, when you run into 75 there, Rodriguez, you ain't going nowhere.
You're not going to move that guy unless you're driving a dump truck.
Yeah, that's right. But even number 50 there, Dwight May, 220 pounds.
Wow. They're feeding them some grain up here in the Fall River area.
Yes, they are. Number 70, Nico Jimenez, 220 pounds.
Big kids, okay. And there's the snap, and he's handed off to Jimenez in the backfield, and he's hammered immediately. That'll be a 3-yard loss. That'll make it 4th down.
That's number 53. That was Lucas Warnock. He just came right through the center there.
He read that play perfectly.
Yes, he did. Defensive lineman, I think he's the lightest one on there. He's 180 pounds, 5'10".
Wow.
Came right through the center there. Fantastic read. Looks like they're in the punt formation here, Gary.
Yep, 4th and 6. Long way to go there at midfield. Good idea to punt it right now. Here comes the snap right now for the Raiders. Perfect snap. Oh, they fake it. And Jackson's going to run the ball, and he's got plenty for a 1st down. Raiders, good move. Fake punt.
Wow.
Jackson was back to punt. He just grabbed the ball, kind of juked to the right, took off to the left. Huge gain and enough for a Burney 1st down.
Fast out of the backfield. Jackson is just unbelievable speed.
All right, so that came at a good time for the Burney Raiders. 1st and 10. Ball at the 42, almost the 43-yard line. They are in Bulldog territory.
Well, think about this, Gary. If they eat up that clock and they get a score in the touchdown, they receive the ball in the second half.
That is correct. They deferred after winning the toss. Oh, a broken play right there, but they hand it off to the right-hand side. Very small gain, if any. Maybe a yard on the play. Not much.
He gained a couple of yards there. 2nd down and 8. Little over 4 minutes left in the second quarter here, Gary. And they are approaching red zone territory.
They send McFarland all the way far to the left-hand side. He's split wide out there. And Jimenez now will take the snap. That's coming up right now, and he'll hand it off to Jackson on the left-hand side. Kind of a sweep right there, but a very short gain, only a gain of about 1 yard. It'll be 3rd down. And gained 2 on the play.
Jonathan Inges, number 8, he just made a good defensive read. He played all the way over on the left side of the defense. He jammed all the way over to the right side and made the stop. What a great play.
3rd down for the Raiders. Moving slow, moving slow. They started off really strong, but now they're having to earn everything that they get.
Well, they kept the drive alive with that fake punt.
That was nice.
That was a beautiful play.
Jimenez up over center right now. He'll take the snap. He'll throw a quick pass out to the right-hand side, and that is complete to number 25 as he's on the move. He beats his guy. His guy finally turns around and catches up to him and brings him back. Nice job. Caden Tyron, number 25, the receiver.
Looks like Stevie Collins on the stop, number 2.
On the reception, number 25, Caden Tarrant.
How's that?
Boy, you got that spotlight in half.
That's right, the Shadowhawk X800, baby.
Oh.
I could light up the field from here with this thing. All right, Jimenez, a quick pass over to the left-hand side, has a guy wide open, and that looks like it's complete, and a touchdown for the Raiders. And a flag comes out late.
That's not going to be celebrating in end zone. That was a beautiful catch, a diving catch.
Oh, that could not be good. That was a quick release by Jimenez and complete over the shoulder. Touchdown, Burney. We'll see what they do with it. Not sure what the penalty is right now.
That was Cody Jorgensen on the coverage, and he got beat.
It looks to me like that penalty might go against Fall River. Good. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Raiders.
Yes.
After the fact.
Yeah.
That might have been a celebration call.
That was a celebration call. He did a little dance in the
I
end
saw
zone.
that.
But you know what? It was a beautiful catch.
You know, I disagree with those kind of calls. I mean, let them do the Iggy Shuffle, whatever, whatever it takes.
Washington Redskins used to huddle up.
They're going for two right now, right up the middle, and that handoff is to Jimenez, and it works, and it is a two-point conversion for the Raiders. 2:45 left to play in the first half here from MacArthur. Fall River 14, Burney 8. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back at the Shasta Sports Network.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hild family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hild Collision Center are the best in class. The Hild Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley for trusting them with your collision repairs and allowing them to grow and support our community. Hild Collision Center on East Cypress Avenue in Reading. Online at hildcollisioncenter.com or find us on Facebook. Hild Collision Center, where you're always a satisfied customer.
So things are a little bit closer now. 14-8 is the score. Fall River Bulldogs in the lead right here. We're in the last couple of minutes of the first half. 2:45 left to play in the first half. So that unsportsmanlike conduct, they'll back them up a little bit. They'll be kicking off from the 25-yard line.
Oh, okay. They backed them up off the assessed on the kickoff. You know, Gary, if they make a good stop here, the Burney Raiders, and get another score before halftime, we got a game again.
We got a real good game going on here. Bailey Small back to receive, and they'll kick it out of bounds.
Oh,
that
that's
didn't work
going to
out.
cost them.
That didn't work out.
That didn't work out, especially being backed up like that. That gives Fall River really good field position. That'll put them at the 45-yard line, I believe, or maybe even the 50.
It looks like they're going to bring him back and let him kick it again.
Oh.
Be kicking it from like the 20 now, or a re-kick. They're setting the tee up at the 25. But Burney will re-kick that one.
Yep, they'll move him back.
Yeah, 5 yards. They'll be kicking off from the 20.
Wow.
You need a leg.
Yes, you
need
do.
a leg. We were talking to Coach J.C. Hunsaker from Shasta today about their kicking game, and he says, you know what? We struggled with kicking, and we got a guy who is on our JV team right now. He's never played, but the guy can kick, and we might just move him up. We'll find out more about that on Friday night's game when they take on Red Bluff. Here comes the kick right now. Not bad. That will be in play. Takes a little bit of a bounce and picked up by number 2. Not much of a gain right there. Steve Collins, the ball, the return. Steve Collins, he returns it about 2 or 3 yards, and that's where Fall River will start, near midfield.
He made a great move after he picked up that ball because he was about ready to get leveled.
Okay, midfield, perfect.
All right, so what the Burney Raiders defense really needs to do is they need to make a statement right here and make a good stand.
It's a good time to do it. 2:41 left to play in the first. Bulldogs lead 14-8 over the Raiders out of Burney. And here we go. Dotson, quarterback. Hands off up the middle, and he's brought down immediately. That's going to be a loss on the play, and there is a flag out as well.
That was number 61. Dom Grenshaw came right through that offensive line. Middle linebacker, and just made a great play. We might have a holding there.
Penalty goes against the Raiders for illegal substitution.
Oh, an illegal substitution on the Raiders.
Ball moves to the Raider 45-yard line. 1st and 5.
All right, then.
You know, a lot of these players that are on the sidelines, they need to remember their positions and their cues and get out there and hustle.
Absolutely. Here we go right now. Dotson handoff right up the middle. He runs over a couple of guys. He's still moving. That's a big dude, too. Jacob Carmenita, the ball carrier, with a big gain. That'll be another first down for Fall River.
And number 32, Brandon McFarland on the stop there.
Another one of those guys that's working on both sides of the ball tonight. He'll be tired before this game's over.
He is playing wide receiver, cornerback, and a free safety.
Handoff goes right up the middle to the right-hand side. Nowhere to go. The defense is all over him. Enriquez, number 8, the ball carrier. He's that tall kid that jumped over the guy earlier in the game.
That was number 77, Matthew Elmore on the
Matthew.
stop.
Nice job, Matthew. Matthew wrote me about 6 months ago, and he said, hey, are you going to come up and do a Burney game this year? And I said, absolutely. I wouldn't miss it. So we've kept in contact since we met him last year at the Burney U-Prep game. So, Matthew, good kid.
He
Big
wasn't
kid.
getting hurdled over this time.
No, that's right. Dotson hands it off again. Same play to the other side, and Enriquez has got a little running room, and he puts his head down, and, man, that was a collision. Enough for a first down, but he's down inside the 25.
32, Brandon McFarland on the stop. I'm surprised that he didn't get out of bounds to stop the clock. 1:39 left.
The clock stops automatically when you have to move the chains, but once they get the chains in place and the ball set, they'll get the clock going again. It's running now. 1:31 left to play in the first half here in MacArthur. Fall River taking on Burney. It's the Fair Bowl. Dobson over center, and he'll hand it off again right up the middle to Enriquez, and he runs head first into a guy, brought him down, number 52.
That's Noah Kessel. Noah Cassell, excuse me. Thank you. Noah Cassell. 6'1", 230 pounds. No wonder he stopped quickly.
You're not kidding. All right, Dobson is up over center right now, ready to take the snap. He'll do it. He'll hand off. Right-hand side, ball carrier, number 2. That's Steve Collins. Steve Collins gains a couple of yards.
And he was stopped there by Hunter Mostafi?
Mostafi, yeah.
Mostafi. We could call him Mustafa, too. 48 seconds left, Gary.
First half's been pretty even. It's the score is 14-8. Fall River leads, but it's been a very close game. Both of them look really good on offense. They both look really good on defense. If it wasn't for that interception, the game would be even closer.
Yes, it would. It would be a 1-point game. And I tell you, both offenses move the ball very well.
They're doing good.
It's good to see them rolling right along. And you got to credit both head coaches for that. I mean, Fall Rivers, they lost a lot of players that went and graduated, especially going all the way and having such a good record last year. And I think his expectations are very good, and he's got to be proud of his offense.
Tonight's broadcast brought to us by Pitt River Casino right in Burney. Stop by and say hello. Have some fun at the casino. Mike Avalar and company, David Hawkins, thank you so much for your support on this football game and your local athletes. Handoff goes to Enriquez again, and he's over the left-hand side, and he's across the line. That's going to be touchdown, Fall River. He made that look easy.
Yes, he did. And number 32, Brandon McFarland, had him and lost him. He looks like a high stepper. There goes that flag again.
I know.
Boy, carried by one little kid this time.
That little kid has got some energy, doesn't he?
So they call this the dog pound.
Yeah, there's a section all the way at the left-hand side there, usually mostly students, but they call that the dog pound.
I see police tape over there. It doesn't look good.
That's right. Looks like the black hole in blue and gold.
Yes.
Okay, so they're going for 2. Dobson going to try to put that 2-point conversion on. He'll take the snap, trips, almost sprained an ankle. They go right up the middle with it, handoff, and that is good for 2 more. 2 more is good with 42.5 seconds left to go in the first half. From MacArthur, the Fall River Bulldogs lead 22-8 over the Burney Raiders. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back on the Shasta Sports Network.
When you choose Hill Collision Center, you have the option to receive text or email updates as your vehicle goes through the collision restoration process. Read customer reviews and see before and after photos online at hillcollisioncenter.com.
We're back. Both teams getting some instruction on the sidelines right now. It'll be Fall River kicking off to Burney when we get back in action here in a moment. Good crowd. Things look good. There's nothing like, first of all, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, there's nothing like a football game.
There's nothing like a football game.
Whether it's high school, college, professional, flag football, whatever, football is this good game. And there's nothing like being at, in your own high school area, doing a game like this. Don't know any of the players, know a few of the coaches, know a lot of the people, the friends and family that are in the area. But I'm having a really good time. 42 seconds left in the first half.
That was a short break, and LaVon thought it was longer. She says we're sounding good.
Hey, thanks, LaVon. We appreciate that. Where did the cheering squad go? They were out here earlier.
That's what I don't know. Maybe that Go Dogs flag scared them away, but
there's the kick. It's a nice one.
Beautiful
and
kick.
That'll go in and out of the end zone. And that'll be a touchback, and they'll bring it out.
To the 20 or 25?
We're going to find out.
20-yard line.
At the 20. Okay, so that rule hasn't changed on this level.
No, it hasn't. But it has changed on the upper level.
Uh-huh. I got to tell you, the maintenance crew that takes care of this football field is natural turf, natural grass, and it looks, in many of the areas of it, it looks like artificial turf. They do a great job. The field looks beautiful up here.
Yes, and just like Anderson's, it looks fantastic.
There's the snap. Jimenez throws it out to the left-hand side. That's intercepted again. And that's Enriquez with the interception, and he'll bring it back for another Fall River touchdown.
Well, you know what? Right now, if the game ended, I would know who our player of the game was.
That's right.
That was a fantastic play, fantastic coverage. There goes the flag again. Go Dog Pound, yeah.
Well, they got a different person running it this time. That little kid, I think, wore himself out on that last lap. The flag says "Go Dogs," and there's a big bulldog footprint on the flag, and they run it back and forth.
I
and
tell
it's
you,
great.
A lot of spirit at this school. They got so much spirit, and they love their program here.
Extra point. They're lined up. They're going to kick this one. And that's Enriquez. Oh, a bad snap. So the placeholder is going to try to run it, and he's going to run. Oh, man, the guy hammered him, picked him up, and threw him down like he was Rocky Slaughter.
Oh, my.
Man, I'm surprised that kid got up.
I'm surprised little cloth thing didn't come out of the back of the referee's pocket.
He literally picked him up and body slammed him.
Yes, he did.
It was like the WWF on the football field. Wow.
And that's just the frustration coming out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, these players, they play with a lot of pride and a lot of heart.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. They got a lot of spirit, and, it's an emotional game. It's an emotional sport.
It is. And on top of that, it's a contact sport.
Yes, it is.
So look out.
There's nothing that'll wake you up better than someone knocking you on your can.
Yep.
You'll wake up and be ready to go.
You know, it's nice to see that the football programs for the high school levels, if you're that good and you're a sophomore, you can advance up to the varsity level.
Yeah, especially with, the lack of amount of players they even have available to them.
Yes. But even the bigger schools, they still do that, and I'm glad that they see that they still do that. That's the way it's always been.
That'll be Jackson back deep to receive the kickoff. And number 21 is also back there to receive the kickoff. That is Nicholas Glazard.
And the wind's picking up a little bit here. I thought when the sun goes down, it doesn't blow anymore.
Well, I just keep looking at the flag above the scoreboard over there. That tells us all. There's the kickoff. That's a little bit shorter than last time. That looks like it's going to go to Jackson. Jackson bobbles it a little bit, and he bends down. Now he picks it up, and he's got a little bit of running room. He takes 4 or 5 steps, and he runs in right into a Fall River Bulldog. That is Enriquez, number 8. He is all over the field tonight.
He was the kicker.
Defense.
He was the kicker, too.
Yeah, he was the kicker. He's a running back. He's a receiver. He does it all.
I am very impressed with Jonathan, number 8. Iniguez. I am very impressed with him. He has shown his real athletic ability on both sides of the ball.
27 seconds left in the first half. It's 28-8 in favor of the Fall River Bulldogs. And Jimenez hands off to Jackson over the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of running room, not much. He'll pick up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down.
Now, I know that the Burney Raiders are your alma mater, and that's where you played, but I tell you what, I feel a little bit more safer over on the dog pound side because if this game was the other way around,
right.
I think I would have to just pull out a sleeping bag and stay here.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. We're at the top of the bleachers here. Great vantage point right near midfield. And that's going to run out the first half, Danny. The score at the first half, 28-8 in favor of Fall River. The Bulldogs will go into the locker room. The Raiders will go into the end zone, and they'll see what they can work out and get better and improve on for the second half. And we'll come back here in just a second. We are listening to high school football on the Shasta Sports Network.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hild family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hild Collision Center are the best in class. The Hild Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley for trusting them with your collision repairs and allowing them to grow and support our community. Hild Collision Center on East Cypress Avenue in Reading. Online at hildcollisioncenter.com or find us on Facebook. Hild Collision Center, where you're always a satisfied customer.
It's no surprise Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
Blitz is defined as a sudden, savage attack.
Yeah.
It is indeed all this. The theory is simple. Get the quarterback. Get the man.
We're playing some highlights for you from last year's Shasta High School football season. We'll take a little bit of a break, let you listen to this. So enjoy highlights from last year for Shasta High School.
Jake Walker getting into the game. He goes across the line. Touchdown, Shasta.
Want a piece of that championship? Put it in here.
Football is a rough game and often a cruel one.
Every time you lose, you die a little bit. You die inside, a portion of you. Not all of your organs, maybe just your liver.
You know, we talked a little bit about J.C. Hunsaker, the coach, and him coming in here for this first year. He has changed the entire culture of this Shasta football club, and it's been very impressive.
There's a vast array of which you could choose from. We do a weekly word every week, and in terms of our new opponent this week, it's pride, and how we define it. We use it on how we've used it to the point in the season, how we want to use it this week. We've also established our 3 rules in our program way back in February when I got the job, and that's number 1, always do the right thing. Number 2, put your teammates first. Number 3, hold yourself accountable. And those are things that we always rest upon. Hey, in this situation, are you putting your teammates first? No, then motivate yourself more. You know, when you are thinking of everybody else before you're thinking of yourself, that's when everything clicks, and not just you as an individual. So it's things that we've preached about way more than just X's and O's, like you said. It's situations that you put them in. We want them to be successful after high school football. And if we can do that, through the game of football, then we're doing our jobs. And that's what we love about seeing our kids grow.
Handoff goes right up the middle to Justin Hellier, and nobody touched him. Touchdown, Shasta. Off to Kyle Muckle, and he's got lots of room. He's down to the 30. He cuts it back to the right, and he's finally brought down at the 21-yard line. Handoff to Muckle over to the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of running room. Look out. He'll cut into the inside. Now he's got more room. He's one guy to beat, and he's not going to do it, but he's across midfield down to the 48-yard line. Kyle Muckle, big run. Handoff is faked to Alfaro and handed off to McMillan, and he's hammered immediately by number 25.
Shell Patel, the defensive end there.
What a great football name, Bashel Patel. Back to pass, looking all the way down to the end zone. He's got a guy wide open, and it's intercepted in the end zone.
What a play.
Ryan Dean with the interception in the end zone. Kennedy set to take the snap. His quick pitch over to Hillier on the right-hand side. He's got a little bit of a running room, and he's still on his feet across the 40 and down at the 42. Nice run.
He's just the first guy never seems to get him down.
Not with this Kyle Muckle guy. He can move, and he can juke, and he can spin, and he can just jump over the top of it. He takes it right out to midfield, ball right at the 50. Justin Hillier, nowhere to go in the middle, so he'll go to the outside. He's got a little bit of room. He gets that around the corner. Down to the 30, finally brought down at the 29. What a great effort by Justin Hillier on the move. And another first down for Shasta. Right over the middle. Intended in the end zone. And that was a spectacular catch.
Perfect throw by Catanese over the shoulder to Muckle.
Catanese keeps it himself. He's looking to pass right over the middle. He's got a guy wide open, and that's no problem at all. Kellen McDonald, and he's still running. 40, 35, he's down to the 30, jumps over a guy, brought down at the 26-yard line. Good gain for Shasta. Muckle will take it across the goal line. Touchdown, Shasta. Casey Lowe is the gentleman who made the key block to make that score, and that was impressive, and that made it easy for Muckle to go across and score another 6. There's the snap, and he's going to roll out to the left-hand side. Got a little trouble, throws deep downfield. Got a guy wide open, and that is 31. Dalton Hunter complete at the 8-yard line. Hunter down to the 15 and the 10, and he's finally brought down at about the 7 or 8-yard line.
Beautiful run by Dalton Hunter. He's been a part of the passing game tonight.
There's the kick, and Hillier might get a chance to run this one back. He does. He'll pick it up at the 35, and he'll take it out to the 40. He's beat one guy, 2 guys. Now there's a flag on the play. There's a second flag on the play. Hillier still moving. He's across midfield down to the 45 and 40. He's back and forth, and now he's got a guy wrapped around his leg. He gets around him, and now he finally goes down. And he's got a great catch by number 4, Kellen McDonald. That was concentration. Great reception. There's the snap. Justin Hillier would take it easily over to the goal line. Touchdown, Shasta. 3:05 left to play. There's the cannon. Catanese on the ball. Fakes it to Hillier. Throws it deep over to the left-hand side. He's got a guy down to 7. And he's down at the 1-yard line. And that'll be Josh Wood on the reception. And he hands it off to Hillier. Hillier penetrates the goal line. And that is a touchdown, Shasta.
Extremely pleased. You know, it's a different concept that we asked them to buy into from the beginning in terms of how hard we need to work. And they bought into it. They love it now. It's just a great overall feel all over the campus in terms of the success that we've had football-wise, football level.
Coach J.C. Hunsaker from Shasta. We had a nice little interview with him earlier today. We'll see them Friday night as Red Bluff comes to Shasta. And then Saturday night, Shasta College opens up their season. That's going to be a great football game. West Hills College down in Coalinga is where we will make the road trip. We'll be broadcasting from that football game to let you know how everything's going to go. Shasta's looking good this season. TJ Holmes is here from the Record Searchlight. He's covering this football game up here tonight. He's a sports writer for the Record Searchlight, does a super fantastic job with that. You can't beat it at all whatsoever. So we're looking forward to the second half starting up here in about 7 minutes. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll just roll some music for you, and we'll be back shortly at the Shasta Sports Network. Stay with us.
It's no surprise, Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
Hey, we are back here. Fall River taking on Burney today. It's the Bear Bowl. About a minute and a half away from the second half kickoff. Fall River leads 28-8. Both teams, I mean, the score doesn't really indicate how close the game was. We had those 2 interceptions, ran back for touchdowns. That Enriquez guy is all over the field, offense, defense. He's a kicker, extra point guy.
He's the jack of all trades.
He is, for sure. So, teams are warming up right now. It's getting a little chilly out here.
It's getting cold. Whoever told us that the wind dies down after it goes dark, no.
Not tonight.
Little fib there, but hey, it's okay. I was talking to head coach for the Bulldogs, and he is very happy with the way his offense has moved the ball. Let alone that, he is more pleased with his defense on the way they played.
The Shasta Sports Network is brought to us by Omega Mortgage and Shasta Solutions. Presenting the whole season, they are the backbone behind the operation. Also, we've got Hild Collision Center. They provide the Player of the Game Award. Hild Collision Center, REU, is with us. Boundary Waters and our good friend Tony Horde Photography, the official photographer of the Shasta Sports Network. We're ready to go for the second half.
We need to get in there and see Tony and take a few more photographs.
Yeah, we're about due for that.
But he does weddings, he does events, he does basically anything. You want to be photoshopped? Hey, he's your guy.
Okay, so we have mentioned his name a lot tonight. Jonathan Enriquez. He will be kicking off for Fall River. They'll kick off to Burney. They're kicking off from our right to our left, so you can vision that.
And deep back, Jackson's back there.
Jackson is back deep on the left-hand side. I think that's number 21 back on the right.
That'll be Nicholas Glazer.
Yeah, and that's going to go into the end zone. Once again, that'll be a touchback. So the Burney Raiders will start from their own 20.
There is no kicking problem here in Fall River.
Not at all. That kid's got a leg on him.
He's got a leg on him. And he's got a couple of legs on him with the way he's been intercepting balls and running them back for touchdowns and running the ball in.
Automatic touchback if it goes into the end zone. No opportunity to run the ball out, even if you do catch it. That's a little bit different.
It is.
And here we go. Jimenez hands it off up the middle.
They're staying with that running game.
Starting the second half.
They are staying with that running game.
Yeah,
I'm surprised at that. I thought they'd come out in the third quarter here and start going downfield like when they made that beautiful touchdown catch. He fully extended his body in the end zone to catch that. Of course, he got up and danced a little bit, but you know what? Every right, because he was fully extended straight out.
All right, so the Burney Raiders quickly up on the ball. He's 2nd and 5 right now. Handoff goes to Jackson over right tackle, and he's got nowhere to go, so he cuts it back in left, and even more nowhere to go.
But he didn't get taken down. He stayed up, but he just ran backwards.
Rainwater on the stop.
Number 11, Cade Rainwater. Came all the way up from the safety position to crowd the line there. Haven't seen a lot of blitzing out of this defense.
Not yet today. Another handoff right up the middle. Nowhere to go right there. You may have gained 1 yard on the play.
And that is Dwight May, number 50, on the stop there. Defensive tackle.
That was enough for a first down anyway, so it's 1st and 10. Raiders, they're moving the ball slowly.
I wonder if we can build a campfire right here. You got any marshmallows? It's getting cold out here. Wind's picking up still a little bit. That flag's flying above the scoreboard there. It's whipping pretty good.
McFarland is wide to the left. And they'll hand it off again. That's Jackson, I believe, left-hand side. He gets a yard or two, not much. They're stacking it up pretty good on the defense there.
There's our boy
Yeah.
on the stop. Number 75, that is Fabian Rodriguez, 350 pounds, and he lost his helmet.
Yes, he did.
It's got to be a solid hit.
Second down, 7 to go for the Raiders. They're starting the second half with some pretty good ball control. There's the handoff again to Jackson, and he's brought down immediately. They didn't even have to tackle him. They just blew the whistle.
Number 88, Cody Jurgensen on the stop there. Lost a little bit on that.
Yes, he did.
$9:18 left in the third quarter. It just seemed like it just started. 28-8, favor of the Bulldogs. Third down and 10. Ball's on the 30-yard line.
Jimenez, he hangs on to it, fakes the handoff. He's going to run over to the right-hand side. He's being pursued by Aniquez, and he takes him right out of bounds.
Boy, Aniquez is all over the field tonight.
He is. The kid's active.
I'm leaning towards the player of the game.
Yeah.
He's done it on both sides of the ball tonight.
Yeah, so far. It'll be fourth down. Burney will send out their kicking team. 28-8 the score. 8:32 left to play in the third period here in MacArthur.
Now, they did a really nice fake last time they went to punt the ball. I don't think it's going to be a factor this time because they're pretty deep back.
Oh, there's another whistle and a flag.
Oh. Huh. Another costly mistake by the Raiders.
Okay, so in punt formation, Jackson back to kick. Here's the snap, high snap. He gets the kick off, not bad. And it takes a really nice bounce and gets down into the inside the 40 to the 39, and that's where the Raiders will down it, and Fall River will take over 1st and 10 from their own 39.
That took a Burney Raiders bounce, definitely.
The tempo is nowhere near what it was in the first half.
No. And you can tell that playing both sides of the ball, a few of these players are starting to wear.
We're out already. All right. Dobson, your quarterback. He's over center. He'll hand it off right up the middle. Big hole. And then he runs into number 52, who's a monster. And I'll tell you what, he brought him down immediately.
Number 52, that's Noah Cassell.
About a 5-yard gain for Fall River.
Yeah, when you run into a 6'1", 230-pound lineman, defensive lineman, you get stopped fast.
Handoff again over to the left-hand side, and nowhere to go. Raiders bring him down.
What a fantastic.
Fabian Jimenez. I'm sorry, Alejandro Jimenez on the stop.
Jimenez, number 11, yeah. Made a good read on that one.
So nice defensive stand for the Raiders. And Fall River looks a little mixed up. They got guys coming off the field, but they're already on the line. Quarterback is in the shotgun formation. He'll take the snap, and he'll look to pass over to the right-hand side. He's got a guy. He's wide open. Pass is complete. And he's still going. Number 2, Steve Collins. Collins with a nice gain, enough for a first down.
He came right out of the backfield and made a good catch and got some good yardage after the catch.
7:01 left to play in the third period. We're here in MacArthur. There's the snap formation, and it's a complete pass over to the left-hand side to Aniquez, and he runs over a Burney guy.
That's number 21. That's Nicholas Glazard.
Yeah, he took a shot that time.
He did.
Aniquez just consistent ball player all the way around, offense and defense. He's done it all tonight. He's used his foot. He's used his arms. He's used his legs. He's good. That kid's good.
He just lowers his shoulder, and here comes the boom.
All right, clock's moving. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Here's the snap. Dobson hands it off right up the middle, and that's about a 3-yard gain.
On the stop there, number 72, Michael Avalar.
Michael
makes a good stop. Wrap the runner up immediately. That was their fullback, number 33 there. Jacob Carnitas.
Good for about 5 yards. 84. 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Quarterback Dobson. He is up over center right now, set to take the snap. Here it goes. Got a man in motion, left to right, and he will hand it off to that man in motion, and he's tripped up immediately. Number 12, the ball carrier, Bailey Small.
And number 25, Caden Taryn, is on the stop there. Made a great open field tackle. If he didn't make that tackle, I think he would have went around the right side. He would have been gone.
Open field tackles are key. If you can't do them, they will find somebody who will.
Yes. Especially when you play on the outside there like that, you are the man to make the stop. You have to make those tackles.
3rd down, 4 to go for the Bulldogs. Dobson, quarterback, takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Aniquez, and he jukes over to the left-hand side. And he's got a little bit of running room, and he's round out and out of bounds at about the 12.
See that little stiff arm by him? That was pretty good.
I did.
That was good.
You don't see those stiff arms too much, but they're legal. They're perfectly legal. I mean, you can pop a guy right in his face mask. All right, they're moving the chains. That'll be a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
And they are inside the red zone.
So that 1st down now is at the Raider 13-yard line.
So they spread them way out on the offense. One far to the left, 3 guys out to the right. Aniquez is one of those, and they're set to pass. Quick pass over to the left-hand side. That hit the ground. They'll call that incomplete. Little short hop.
Quick substitutions there, Gary. 2 in, 2 out. I'm very impressed with Fall River's offense. They're consistently moving the ball.
They're doing good right now. So Dobson, quarterback, up over center. And he, again, will hand it off to Aniquez over the right-hand side. And he's got room to move, and he makes it all the way across the line. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
That was a nice delay handoff. He just set back for a quick 2 seconds, handed the ball off, and he made a nice move.
So Fall River picks up right where they left off in the first half.
So even if we weren't looking, we know this touchdown was scored because there goes the dog.
There goes the flag. Yeah, that's cool. Shasta's got a cannon. When we go to Shasta Friday night and they score, they've got a cannon.
Oh, can we fire it off?
No.
Oh, dang.
There's the extra point, and that is up, and it is no good, wide to the left.
Whoa.
And that was Aniquez, again, with the leg. Nice job. Okay, so 34-8 with 4:58 left to play in the 3rd period. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back at the Shasta Sports Network.
You can now see before and after pictures at hillcollisioncenter.com. Professional grade repairs and satisfied customer reviews. Watch a free virtual tour of Hill Collision Center's state-of-the-art facility. See it online at hillcollisioncenter.com.
We are back here from Fall River. The Bulldogs leading the Burney Raiders 34-8. I'd like to welcome Tony Horde Photography listening to us tonight. Tony, the official photographer of the Shasta Sports Network. Go to TonyHorde.com and look at samples of some of his work. If you need portraits done, if you need anything done when it comes to photography, Tony's your guy. TonyHorde.com. Check him out.
He is good. He is a fantastic photographer. A lot of people say he's got a good eye. I say he's got 2 good eyes. Well, you know, they may not have a cannon here, but I noticed one thing this crowd does when the touchdown scored. They start barking like dogs.
They do. It's nice.
Starting to make me pant.
Fall River will kick off from the 40. 4:58 left to play in the 3rd. He'll kick off to Jackson, deep, and Nicholas Glazard, also deep. Getting,
go ahead.
Getting ready to go here for the kickoff.
That-
Enriquez, go ahead, Dan.
That last drive was a good definition of ball control and clock management. They ate a lot of time off that clock.
Short kick. Jackson almost picked it up, but he missed it. So Glazard picks it up, and he's running around the left-hand side. He'll bring it back about 5 or 6 yards, and he'll be brought down over on the sideline. So Burney will take over 1st and 10. Glazard.
Mr. number 10, Paul Winter on the stop there.
Burney takes over. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Got to give the T-boy a little bit. He's a sprinter out there.
He's hustling, that kid. Little guy. Okay, 1st and 10 for Burney. Jimenez hands it off up the middle. No place to go. They'll stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down.
That quarterback's got to get a little bit more confidence in his throwing and start airing the ball down if they're going to have any chance to come back in this game.
Well, you're right about that. It's time to take to the air. They're down quite a bit.
Don Coryell would.
That's right.
Air Coryell.
I mean, 2nd and 9 for the Raiders. They're quick to get up on that ball. That looks good. And they'll hand off to Jackson over to the right-hand side, and he's brought down in the backfield. That'll be another loss. Tackled by number 53 on the Bulldogs. He brought him down all by himself.
Lucas Warnock. What a great read. Number 55, was Casey Spain.
Oh.
First time we heard his name tonight. 6 foot, 175 pounds. And he's only a junior.
Yep, he's got another year ahead of him. All right. Jimenez takes it, look to pass. He's looking over to the right-hand side deep. He's got a guy, and what a great defensive move. Number 11 broke
Cade
that
Rainwater.
play. Yeah.
Cade Rainwater read that all the way, looked at the receiver's eyes, turned around right at the right time, just as the ball was in the air. That was a good defensive play by Rainwater.
Nice job, too, on the defense. Good coverage. And Burney will be in a punting situation. Back deep for the Bulldogs is Stevie Collins, number 2. He stands just inside the 50. Jackson gets the kickoff. Collins will call for a fair catch, and that's exactly where they'll start, right at the Burney 45.
Jimenez has got a good arm on him for Burney Raiders.
A flag on the play.
Well, with 3:19 left in the third quarter, Gary, Burney needs to make a stand right here and show them that their defense can still stop them.
Now's the time. Big penalty against Burney. I'm sorry, no penalty there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They are at the Burney 45, so they're within striking distance again. Handoff goes right up the middle, and that's our big Carmelita. Big run. He'll gain about 6 on the play.
On the stop, number 12, that is Small.
And we got a Fall River player down, so there'll be an injury timeout. We can also take a timeout, and we will be right back. It's high school football on the Shasta Sports Network.
It's no surprise Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hill family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hill Collision Center are the best in class. The Hill Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley.
Okay, we're back in action here. Fall River takes the ball right up the middle. Carmelita, another big run, another first down for the Bulldogs.
That was Dwight May. He got up off the field, and he was limping a little bit, but he came out on his own power.
Looked like a twisted ankle, something like that. He's still walking around on it on the side.
Now, if my dad was down there, he'd say, walk it off and get in there.
Yeah. Take one for the team, right?
Take one for the team.
Fall River hands off again over left-hand side. Boom. He's hit immediately after a couple of yard gain. McMullen, first time he's had his hands on the ball tonight.
Yeah. And that stop was by Isaiah McMullen. That's who stopped him. Oh, no, McMullen is their fullback.
Yep.
He ran into number 52, Noah Cassell.
All right, handoff again goes to number 54. He's a big, tough guy. He ran over two guys right there, and he's finally brought down. Fumble on the play, and they'll give it to Burney. Yep. Burney recovers the fumble. Nice job.
He got spun around there and just lost the ball there. Oh, he is. And the dog pound came away.
I hear him.
I'm kind of curious about the police tape around the dog pound now. I mean, I've seen it in Cleveland, but I'm seeing it here too, and this is MacArthur.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Opening night for the fair up here in MacArthur. It's a great fair. A lot of fun.
Well, we're coming up on Labor Day weekend, Memorial Day weekend? Labor Day weekend.
Be a 3-day weekend for most everybody.
So we got a pretty busy schedule coming up. What's our next
game? Next game's coming up Friday night. That'll be at Shasta High School, Thompson Field. And the Red Bluff Spartans will come to take on the Shasta Wolves. And then we go to Coalinga on Saturday for the opening game for the Shasta College season. Handoff up the middle. He picked up about 3 or 4, not enough for a first down.
On the stop there, Casey Spain, number 55. So everybody needs to tune in for our pregame show. It starts at 7 p.m. on this Friday.
Yeah, we'll get a good word with Coach J.C. Hunsaker from Shasta. He's a great interview. Jimenez now takes the snap, flags down. Could be a delay of game.
Or a false start. Oh, offsides on the defense.
Wow. That'll be a free 5 yards. And that will give the Raiders a first down. Time to put some points on the board for the Raiders. They send a guy wide to the right, receiver. They're up on the line. They look sharp. Pitch goes, or the handoff goes up the middle, off tackle. Not enough for a first down. Jimenez, the ball carrier, number 11, Alejandro.
And number 75 on the stop there. That's our big man, Rodriguez.
It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Raiders. They're working their way out deep in their own territory. There's the snap. And Jimenez, quick pass over the middle to McFarland. That is complete. And they will call that good enough for a first down for Burney. So Burney moving the ball pretty good.
And Cade Rainwater, number 11 on the stop there. Wrapped him up immediately. That's important to do once they catch the ball. Because one juke move and they're gone.
Handoff up the middle goes to Alejandro Jimenez. Another good run. He picks up about 9 on the play, maybe another first down. We'll see as soon as they get the spot. That'll wrap up the third quarter for us, too. So, 3 periods complete, 1 to go, and the Fall River Bulldogs lead 34-8 up here in MacArthur. We'll take a very quick break, and we'll be right back on the Shasta Sports Network.
For over 50 years, Hild Collision Center is still family-owned and operated. It all started when Art Hild opened his first body shop in 1965. Today known as Hild Collision Center, the North State's most recommended full-service collision repair business. The Hild family is proud to continue business in this great community. Every year brings new changes in many forms, from new vehicle models, training and equipment, new technology in aluminum bodies and frames, computers, airbags, and Pearl Clear Coat paints. You can be assured that the team at Hild Collision Center are the best in class. The Hild Collision Center family would like to say thank you to the North Valley for trusting them with your collision repairs and allowing them to grow and support our community. Hild Collision Center on East Cypress Avenue in Reading. Online at hildcollisioncenter.com or find us on Facebook. Hild Collision Center, where you're always a satisfied customer.
Back at it here in Fall River, MacArthur. Home of the Fall River Bulldogs, who lead at the start of the fourth quarter, 34-8. Burney with the ball right now. Jimenez back to pass. Quick pass over to the right flat or the left flat, and that's just incomplete. No good.
Number 11, Rainwater on the coverage there. And, you know, Gary, it really doesn't matter what the score is because you know what's out there? Football.
That's right, football. It's football season. I waited a long time.
You have waited a long time.
The offseason is just too long for me. Third down and short, about 3 yards to go for a first. Jimenez will hand the ball off right up the middle, and that's going to be plenty for a first down and a few more than that.
Well, speaking of too long, really quick here, Gary, congratulations are in order to you because you have been inducted, which will happen October 1st, but you have been elected to be inducted into the Northern California Auto Racing Alumni Hall of Fame, and that's a long time coming.
That's awesome. That's just a good news to hear. That's a result of my 32 years in the racing business, so I'm very honored, and I'll be there for that ceremony. We're looking forward to it. Back to action here. Jimenez back to pass. He rolls out to the left-hand side. He's got everybody in hot pursuit, and he's got 3 guys coming on him. He's hit hard. The ball comes out. It's picked up by a Bulldog, and he's going to pick it up and run all the way down. Touchdown, Fall River. Number 12, Bailey Small.
Yep, Bailey Small. That small guy was running fast.
Man, he picked that ball up, and he was gone.
He was gone. And here comes the flag again. Go, Dogs.
Nice.
All right, I'm waiting for the bark, everybody. Here it is.
Nice. All right. Love our fans here in Fall River tonight. Good game, good football. The score is a little bit lopsided, but it's still a very good football game to watch. Fun to call.
It is football season, and this is what it's all about. It's the fans out here that are just braving the cold.
Extra point now, getting set to go. There's the snap, the placement, the kick. It is up, and it is good. And Iquez uses his leg for more points for the Bulldogs. 41-8 with 11:18 left to play in the in the game. And we'll take a very quick break, and we'll be back for the kickoff next on the Shasta Sports Network. Stay with us.
Surprise, Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
We're back here from Fall River, MacArthur, California. The Bulldogs lead the Burney Raiders 41-8. It's a rough-looking game if you look at the scoreboard, but the game's a lot closer than that scoreboard indicates. There's been some good football out here tonight.
It was a tight game in the first quarter there. They were trying to figure each other out, but since then it's been defensive side for the Bulldogs, and they have just scored 3 touchdowns.
Fall River putting on a football clinic out there today.
They are. They are making tough tackles, reading good offensive lines, reading the good calls, staying hard with the receivers, and they are getting it done.
Glazard back deep for Burney. Jackson is not back deep. All right, it'll be Glazard. He'll hand off to the guy on the right-hand side. That's McFarland. There's a flag on the play. That's going to be a block.
Most likely going to be a hold.
Yeah, McFarland had a nice run. He took it to the outside. Call coming out right now from our referee. We'll let you know. It looks like it might go against the Raiders. It will. They're going to back them up.
When you see number 75 and number 65 both come off the field at the same time, you got 350 pounds and 330 pounds walking off the field there.
Wow. Illegal forwarding of the ball. When he handed off to him,
he came in front of him. He should have came behind him.
That's right. Good call by the officials on that one.
Yes.
All right, Jimenez now.
And ironically, 65 and 75, that is Fred Rodriguez and Fabian Rodriguez.
Yeah, I know. Jimenez with a short gain. The Raiders, it'll be second down and about 6 yards to go for the Raiders. Deep in their own territory, score is 41-8, 10:38 left to play in this game.
I'm wondering when head coach Clint McClurg is going to let it fly.
Yeah.
And let him air it out.
Yeah, he's going to throw a little handoff there off tackle. They're sticking with that running up the middle. It's not really worked at all tonight.
No. They need to make a change and start airing the ball out.
Short plays here and there. That was enough for a first down, so the Raiders will start right about the 21-yard line, and they'll have another opportunity.
Well, in week one, as the season begins, people are still fighting for their positions, and he's still getting a feel of where everybody is best suits the team.
Oh, fumble on the play right now. I heard everybody go, ball, 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 it's out.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big scrum right there. Everybody's piled on.
That offensive line of the Raiders is just getting manhandled now, I can say it. Oh, and Fall River comes up with it.
Fall River takes over, and they're already inside the red zone, so they could easily put up another one.
That's number 22. That's Junior Felix, recovered.
There's a name we haven't heard tonight.
Boy, on both sides of the ball, the Bulldogs have just played one fantastic game.
It's been fun. Still a little ways to go. 9:05 left to play. Fall River with the ball inside their own 20, or the Raider 20. They'll hand off to their big guy to the outside, and he'll move it on down closer to the goal line before he's finally brought out of bounds. Number 54, the ball carrier. That guy's been busy tonight. McMullen.
Isaiah McMullen.
That'll be enough for a first down for Fall River, and now they're very close.
He is a freshman, Gary. He's 5'7" and 165 pounds.
First and goal for the Bulldogs. 8:45 left to play, fourth period. They'll hand off right up the middle, same deal. And that's going to go over the goal line. Touchdown, Fall River. Number 54, the ball carrier, Isaiah McMullen, touchdown.
Right up the center. Took it right up the gut, and boom. Quick 6 points.
So Burney had a good opening night last week. They beat
Etna,
like 34-17, something like that.
34-8, actually. Actually, no, you're right. 34-17. They started coming back with 4 minutes left to play in the game, Etna started making a run for it.
Here's the extra point. That kick is up, and it is good with no problem whatsoever. That'll make the score 48-8. The clock is ticking. 8 minutes left. We got time to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Shasta Sports Network.
Just the first guy never seems.
You can now see before and after pictures at hillcollisioncenter.com. Professional grade repairs and satisfied customer reviews. Watch a free virtual tour of Hill Collision Center's state-of-the-art facility. See it online at hillcollisioncenter.com.
Back here at Fall River Mills. Small town, great community, home of the Bulldogs, who lead 48-8 over the Burney Raiders. 7:22 left to play. They'll let the clock run down on this one. It's physically and feasibly impossible to catch up with the score at what it is right now, so they'll let the clock stay on.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am not going to sing the song. I'm not going to turn out those lights or nothing.
If you sing that, you better be looking for a new job. All right, kickoff coming right now. Here it goes. There's a nice boot. It'll go down. That doesn't go to Jackson. It'll go to Glazard. Glazard takes it over to the right-hand side. Glazard, he runs about 40 yards and gains about 3. Still going, and he runs over another guy before he's finally brought out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Burney will take over 1st and 10.
And that's number 18 on the stop there. Or number 53, excuse me. That's Warnock.
He's been an active ball player tonight.
He has been an active ball player.
Ball at the 31 is the official spot right there. Clock ticking, 6:15 left to play in this contest. It's the Fair Bowl, Burney and Fall River.
You know, being a commentator, this is my first bowl game.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Not bad.
But if you make me ride that zipper, I'm done.
No, we won't be going to the fair.
Okay.
All right. Jimenez now takes the snap. Hands off over left tackle to Jackson. Jackson picks up 3 or 4. He'll bring it out to the 35-yard line.
And Fred Rodriguez, number 65, on the stop. So I'm thinking it. On the defensive line there, when you got number 65 and number 75, both Rodriguez, you got the refrigerator and you got the freezer.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Burney up on the ball right now. Jimenez, he'll take the snap, hand it off over again. Another right tackle play. Very short gain, about 2 yards. That'll make it 3rd down and about 2 to go.
Looked like number 60 on the stop. Cooper Easley. There's a name we haven't heard tonight.
That's a good football
Cooper
name.
Easley.
Cooper Easley. 3rd down and short. About 2 yards to go for a first.
Cooper Easley, number 64.
Handoff again goes right up the middle, and they will get a first down on that one. Big 5-yard pickup out to the 45. First down, Raiders. Well, it's thinning out around here.
It is starting to thin out. Once the score gets up there, it starts to thin out a little bit. But you know what? Over on that other side, that Burney bench is not thinned out at all.
Nope, they're sticking in for the long haul. They got no place to go.
This community really loves their football here.
Everybody does. It's a good thing.
Yes.
Okay. Jimenez will take the snaps. Got a guy in motion, and he hands it off left-hand side, and he's on the move. That's Jackson. Jackson with a big gain down to the 39-yard line. Fumbles it out of bounds, but that'll still be good, and another first down for Burney.
On the stop, Stevie Collins, but the ball, he hit the ground before the ball came out. The ground cannot cause the fumble. He was down. Collins had him down on the ground. All right, so Jackson, a lot of speed.
Yeah, good play. Jackson, Marvin. He's a junior, so he's got another year ahead of him, but he's a little guy. He's only 146 pounds. Handoff again, right up the middle. Short gain, consistent, strong. Brought down by number 55, or 55. Yeah, it's 55 on the stop.
Number 55, that's Warnock again. Lucas Warnock. So, folks, don't forget to join us 7 p.m. on the 2nd of September.
Friday night.
That's their home opener.
Yep.
And it's going to be a packed crowd.
Shasta High School. Thompson Field's where we will be. The Red Bluff Spartans coming to town. Back to action here. Jimenez hands off right up the middle. Another short gain.
And then on Saturday, the 3rd, we're in Coalinga for the Shasta College Knights.
They'll be taking on the West Hills Falcons, the team that they beat to win the bowl game last year.
And I believe that game starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we'll probably be on the air about 12:30.
That's correct. That's a 1 o'clock game. Be nice. Have some sunshine. Jimenez up over center. He'll take the snap again. Fake the handoff up the middle. Keep it. Go over tackle. He's got enough for another Burney first down. 2:19 left to play. Fall River leads 48-8.
And number 64 on the stop there. That is Cooper Easley. He is a senior, 5'11", 180 pounds. I am really surprised to see how many freshmen are actually on this varsity team.
I know, that's impressive. Okay, he rolls out to pass. Jimenez throws it out over to the right-hand side, intended for Jackson. Little overthrow. That is incomplete.
There was a concern earlier. The quarterback, he's a southpaw. He's a left-handed thrower.
Yeah.
This defense is really adjusted playing against the left-handed thrower.
Well, they put it on him tonight here. Fall River just started from the very beginning. It was close in the first period. Then it got a little ugly in the second period, and it's just gone even further south from there. Score is 48-8 with 1:15 left to go in the game. There's a pass, almost intercepted right there. McFarland makes the completion, and he's got a pretty good gain on that one, certainly enough for another Burney first down.
Oh, Rainwater, if he would have had that, it went right through his hands. If he would have had that, he had nothing but daylight in front of him.
Thank you, yes. We will.
Oh, we got to watch out for deer on the way home? You never told me about that.
I had to dodge about 6 of them the last time.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks, for coming. We appreciate that. There's a pass over to the middle to number 7, Burney, touchdown. That is good reception. Hunter Mustafi with a touchdown.
What a nice move he made on number 3, Kyle Klein. He was on the coverage, and he just made a really nice move. And that is probably going to do it because there is 7 seconds left. They're going to kick. No, they're going for a 2-point conversion here.
Good for them.
Real quick. They got it off before the clock went off.
Running up the middle. He'll make it. That's good. Very nice. So
that's the final, Gary, right there.
Final score from MacArthur. Fall River 48, Burney 16. And that is your Fair Bowl for 2016. Good football game. Good stuff. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll take a very short break. We'll come back and do a quick game recap, and then we'll see you Friday night. So stand by. We'll be back here in a second on the Shasta Sports Network.
You can now see before and after pictures at HillCollisionCenter.com. Professional grade repairs and satisfied customer reviews. Watch a free virtual tour of Hill Collision Center's state-of-the-art facility. See it online at HillCollisionCenter.com.
It's no surprise Biggins Lighting has been lighting up Reading for over 45 years. They have an amazing showroom displaying the latest in designs and styles, a dedicated staff providing superior customer service, and the most affordable pricing in town. Biggins Lighting is your one-stop shop for lighting, fans, fixtures, bulbs, and more. Looking for that special deal? Check in regularly for discounted and blowout items and ask about their internet price matching. Biggins Lighting, located on Pine Street just up the road from Lulu's in downtown Reading. Biggins, lighting up Reading for over 45 years.
Well, we wrap it up here from MacArthur, the Fall River Bulldogs. 48-16 final score. Good football game. Danny, let's take a minute right now. I think you and I both agree that our player of the game tonight is Fall River senior Jonathan Enriquez.
I agree with that. An interception, ran back for a touchdown. Also, too, on the ground for a touchdown. He kicked tonight. He was receiver.
He intercepted a pass and ran it back for a touchdown. He was all over the place.
3 scores. I would have to give it to him.
He is your Hild Collision Center player of the game tonight. Want to thank everybody here at Fall River for their hospitality. Jeannie Utterback, who is the principal up here. Kelly Freeland Sloat is their athletic director. Their coach, Neugebauer, and the Burney coach, Clint McClurg. Everybody was just really a cooperative and accommodating, and I'm glad we came up here. It's been a good time.
MacArthur, we had a good time here tonight, folks. Oh, they love it.
Yeah,
they love the
wonderful.
Shasta Sport Network.
Join us on Friday night as we bring you high school football. Shasta High School, the Wolves, hosting the Red Bluff Spartans. Game time will be 7:30. Our pregame show will start at 7 o'clock. And then we've got the Shasta College game on Saturday. I'd like to thank Omega Mortgage, Shasta Solutions for being the backbone behind the network this year. And also Hild Collision Center, they provide you the Player of the Game Award. REU, Reading Electric Utility, Boundary Waters, and our good friend Tony Horde Photography, the best in the business. Go to TonyHorde.com and check it out. It's been a fun night. It's been a great night of football. Final comments, Dan?
You know what? Really pleased with the way the Bulldogs played on both sides of the ball. I mean, looks like they got their momentum. Thought it was lost after all the players left last year, but you know what? They just kept it going, and it looks like there's no stopping them.
Yep, they're on a good plane right now, and it looks good. So we'll be back on Friday night for the high school football game. For Daniel Miller, I'm Gary Moore saying good night from Fall River Mills and the Shasta Sports Network.